And hello everybody, good, what is it now, evening, depending on what time of the world you are. We are just getting ready to go into Revenge against Liquid. It's a JDL game. Still trying to just get through the last few games in the American 1 division, and it's going to be very exciting. I'm just starting it a little bit early. We'll be in for the draft. Just so that I can give you a few statistics first up. First of all, if we have a quick look at the history between these two teams, at least the history as it is saved on JDL. It looks like they played 4 times. Revenge have only won 1 of those games, which of course is not where you want to be. Looking at their standings in the current America 1 League, Team Liquid is 12 wins, 0 losses. Revenge, unfortunately, is 6 wins and 8 losses. So Revenge have not only lost a lot more, they've also played more games. So that's not good for them. That, at the moment, I think then is the current standing of the teams. We are loaded into the game. It looks like Davidy's joining me as well. So let me just switch the
glad to be here.
Switch the stuff over, and there we go. We're in. Hey Davidi, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
This is I think the least technical issue, like dogged
American servers, man.
Game that I've seen in so long. A lot of them have been on US East, but I guess the teams aren't on US East. Oh, and I'm so happy they changed their names to be legible.
Oh yes.
Oh,
yay.
I'm so happy. I was about to write down all the names.
Isn't right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's fine. Liquid is. I wasn't looking forward to remembering that as 1, 2, 3 exclamation mark was Koifa. That wasn't going to be fun.
Yeah, I believe the only thing is that Revenge Green is Mystico.
Yes, that I think is the only other iteration. Let me just quickly check their team page. You want to go over these bans while I do that?
Sure, absolutely. So Liquid taking out the Lycan with their first ban. Revenge responding with the Doom and AA bans. I haven't actually seen as much Doom play as we have over the last several weeks. Definitely maybe the carry other than Lycan right now, but been banned out a while but not picked up.
I mean, I think I see him banned out most games, I think. I'm literally just thinking the last few days, but that's why we're not seeing him. OP. Well, I say OP.
I think it's a very balanced meta right now. Very balanced. I'm actually quite pleased. Except Invoker. Invoker needs a good solid nerf.
What about Ember Spirit?
I mean, how much Ember Spirit do you actually see? I mean, I think he's a great hero, but he has some very, very strong weaknesses to complement some very, very strong strength.
I see him banned a lot again. I don't see him a lot, but I think that's more of the reason.
I mean, if we're gonna have people that need to be nerfed, Sand King, AA, Bat Rider, Ember Spirit, Centaur War Runner.
Why are you hating on Sand King?
Definitely those 5.
Why are you hating on Sand King?
It's fine. I'm not hating on him. I'm impressed by his ability. He's begging for the nerf stick.
Yeah, perhaps. Liquid picking up Visage and Nature's Prophet. I think that's 2 very nice heroes for. I mean, Visage has a lot of utility. But that's definitely a strong pushing lineup they've got there. Also gives them a good tri-lane with Nature's Prophet covering whatever lane. They're not going to be doing dual lanes on Liquid.
Visage and Nature's are a very very good combo as the first 2.
And actually, interestingly,
we're going tri-lane. What are you going to do about it?
Interestingly, Fluff actually Liquid had the choice of what side to go on for this first match. Fluff was originally wanted to be on Radiant, and then elected to have the team switch around to go on Dire. So I'm wondering whether he's going to be doing.
Oh, I missed that in the lobby.
I'm wondering whether he's going to be doing major plays. Major plays. And then the Bristleback pickup.
Bristleback. I'm surprised that with that in mind they didn't consider the clockwork, considering if there are some Roshan shenanigans that are going to be going on at some point in this match, that they wouldn't mind having some rocket flares just to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it's true. I think Bristleback's a great person to deal with Nature's Prophet though, just because, you know, the more times you hit Bristleback, preferably from Bristleback's perspective with low damage, like you'll get from Treants, then you're going to be proccing Quill Spray more often.
It's the amount of damage, not instances of damage, I believe.
I'm going to double check that.
It's the amount of damage, not damage instances. So, I actually would have preferred to see the Timbersaw, or a ganker like Slark in the off lane, rather than Bristleback. I think Bristleback's fine against Nature's Prophet, but I think there are better options.
Perhaps. I mean, the Quill Spray will still be very effective there, because even if it does, it will still get to 250 damage quicker, and it will still be damaging all of the Treants at the same time. He's a decent Nature's Prophet counter, I think.
Against Nature's Prophet, but
But as you would
I prefer the Temporary Slark.
yeah, I was going to say, as you would expect,
Even a Clinch,
trees.
if though he's not so offlating very much.
Yeah. I mean, trees with Nature's Prophet, very, very countered well and appropriately,
Right.
I think, by Timbersaw. So yeah, I think you're probably right on that call. And if they'd got Invoker Timbersaw
Bristleback's a bad pick.
and picked up a CM, that would have been a great little mana battery for the two of them.
Not actually as mana dependent as I think sometimes people think of him as. He's one of the, that is to say, for a heavy casting carry, he's not actually that mana dependent.
I suppose if he's ever kind
of course how you build him.
If he's ever in a situation where it might be a little bit tricky, he can always just invoke a different set of spells which have lower mana costs. He's got a lot more control over his mana pool in that sense. And there's the Ember Spirit Band.
Yep. And with the Exhort Invoker sort of coming back into play a little bit more, again, a little bit less mana problematic.
Yep. Wondering what the next Liquid pickup will be. We've seen hard carry bans out from Revenge. Obviously, that is something that Liquid does still need to fill.
Yeah, I am surprised to see 2 hard carries from Revenge though, considering that they definitely need another support, and as they grab the Venomancer.
Radiance pick.
Well, I mean, Luna and Lifesteal are both game changers. I mean,
and there's a Dazzle.
Yeah.
Again, Revenge going with a lineup that could see an aggro try here. I think they're trying to force Liquid into picking out a particularly hard carry.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
but I think it's true again.
Dazzle Bristleback is just an absolutely amazing combo. Yeah, I'm almost certain to be an aggressive tri-lane. Question is, I mean, it does enter a bit of a mind game situation here. Both teams are obviously going to be running a tri-lane. They both at this stage have the capacity for an aggressive tri-lane. So how do you match that up? Safe lane, side lane stops to really be important when you get to this level of play to an extent, because more of it is about, alright, I want my solo laner to go up against their solo lane. And you're just trying to double guess the other team, and you'll send your solo laner to whatever lane you think the other team's going to do.
It forces both teams not to go with carries that are particularly hard, which is again why I think Revenge banning out Lifesteal and Luna was maybe not the best idea, because this is looking more and more to be a game in which that type of super hard carry is less likely to be picked up. Though of course both teams could still surprise us.
I mean, you always have the option in that situation to just say, you know what, whatever, we are going to just go with a straight solo offlaner and a straight defensive tri-lane. And perhaps
three picks in, Liquid has no reliable stuns. I don't necessarily mean that's a bad way, because they have other control options. They have Sprout, they have the Gales, they have and the Death Prophet. Yeah, this is looking to be a very push-oriented lineup from Liquid.
Yeah, there's not going to be too many hard disables, but I mean, Revenge aren't that strong on it either. You know, you've got Dazzle's kind of delayed stun, you've got Invoker's various kinds of disarms and silences.
I think Alchemist could actually be really nice here.
Alchemist could be really nice. Yeah, and
I haven't seen him in a while, but
I've seen him quite a bit recently played in the support role.
Yeah, as a support, because he could bring in stuns, could participate in an aggro or defensive try, and then if you do have a relatively violent early game, they go for the Juggernaut, not a bad option. But if they do have a relatively violent early game, he'll be able to get some farm up and contribute when things settle down a little bit.
It's very true. I mean, this game is going to be bloody in the first half an hour. Can you imagine? This is both teams going for a pushing lineup here, a pushing or a diving lineup. I mean, Juggernaut, you know, is a mid-game hero.
Revenge's lineup can be pushing. It could also be defensive. We'll see.
I think, yeah, you're right. It could be a defensive up to a point, but Juggernaut is going to have to. Juggernaut's not the one you can just farm.
Death Prophet is great to sort of roam with 3 heroes, while Nature's Prophet split pushes as well. And Revenge doesn't really because they didn't go for the Timbersaw, they didn't go for the Clinks, the Slark. They went for the Bristleback instead, which gives you more laning presence, but it means they don't have that sort of dedicated ganker to punish the Nature's Prophet split push, at least not yet. So I again think we might want to look at maybe a Nyx for Revenge.
I was going to say a Nyx. He's still in the pool.
A support, yeah.
Often banned out first.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that he wasn't banned out instead of the Crystal Maiden. Not that Crystal would be great again for the Bristleback, but I think Revenge should seriously consider the Nyx. Let's see who they ban here.
The CM is banned out by Liquid. They obviously just don't want that mana battery going to Revenge.
Juggernaut
Yeah.
also being very, for a very right-click oriented carry, surprisingly mana dependent.
Yeah. I mean, I agree a CM would have been an amazing pickup for Revenge, but I'm
CM would
not
have been
sure it would have given them I'm not sure. I'm not sure. As you say,
Ban from Revenge.
yeah, there
Drow
is.
making a little comeback.
Yeah,
The
she
new
is.
Silence is such. I'm so glad Drow is actually an interesting hero now.
Yeah,
The new
with that
Silence is
push.
great.
And the way the push mechanic works in conjunction with the fact that you need people to be far away in order to get
Liquid
your
is going
ult
early.
agility bonus. Absolutely amazing plays. And yeah, well, you've obviously got something to say about the Slardar.
A very early oriented team here. The new Nature's Prophet being relatively early focused. This could be a very early team, and Liquid does not have that much counter push. Dazzle has some counter push. Juggernaut has some counter push. Yeah.
Reserve time.
It's going to be early, and it's going to be bloody, and it's going to be fun. I also like the fact that that Liquid really have picked up kind of Team Green, greeny blue. I like that. I like shout outs to teams that do silly things like that. But also a team, obviously, which is totally legit and is going to be absolutely devastating, I think. What are the lanes going to be? Are they going to go aggressive? Are they going to go defensive?
Whoa, troll. I'm not sure how to interpret this for Revenge.
Neither am I. We are going to have that little bit of laggy stuff as people pick up their heroes, but yeah. Is it? No. Is it? Does the new meta see a Juggernaut support using Healing Ward to keep Troll alive? No, I'm support Troll, surely.
I guess.
But I'm very confused here. Support Invoker, what is going on? What is going on?
I don't know Revenge well enough to know to base off the hero choices.
No, you are totally right. Yeah, so here we go. Looks like we're running straight in as well. No messing around. Beautiful courier coming out from Liquid, unsurprisingly. Unusual golden baby Roshan. That is mad. Do you want to introduce one of the teams, Davidy?
Sure. I guess I'll grab Liquid. On Liquid we have still in base, but probably headed into the off lane. We have Koifa on the Nature's Prophet. We have Bulba looking to go mid on the Death Prophet. Fluff, good old Fluff and stuff on the Venomancer, headed down towards this bottom rune. We have Visage being played by Wei2, and then the hard carry Slardar being played by TC.
That's the lineup. I didn't spot out whether there were any particularly pretty items to look at there, but I do like Slardar's Basher. Just a nice little pointy stick. That's always good.
30 seconds to battle.
Down on the Revenge team, remind me, who is green?
Mystico.
That's Mystico there on the Dazzle. I think possibly team captain there. Mihawk on the Bristleback. We've got Smash heading to Troll mid. We've got Juggernaut, that's Benjaz, hanging out on the bot lane. And with him, we've got Masuko on the Invoker. So, what are we seeing here?
Hope you like bloodbaths.
What are we seeing here? So it's a dual lane with Dazzle and Bristle. That's fairly standard. And then Invoker Jug. Huh. I mean, that's going to be interesting. I think Koifa's going to have great fun, though, on the bot lane. I mean, it's not a lane which is really going to be able to shut him down too much. He's going to be able to keep his lane presence up with the Treants and, yeah, cause them real trouble. How do you see that going?
I think he'll get very good farm, assuming, I guess, that it's a support Invoker, which isn't an unacceptable choice.
No. I mean, I haven't seen it before. I don't know. To me, it seems like a very unusual choice. But I mean, perhaps that's part of the utility. You know, I mean, it certainly threw off the what Liquid were expecting Revenge to do. So I think that's That's always a bonus if you can surprise your opponents. But yeah, not a massive game. Just opening up the last hits denies. Death Prophet currently leading the way. Oh no, drawing even on the mids. Both got 6. Look to be fairly evenly matched. No denies coming out either. Safe lane carries. Safe lane carries are pulling even as well. It's a fairly slow start to the game. Anything obvious being picked up on the starting items, davidy? I'm not seeing anything that I'm hugely interested in.
Troll did go for a bottle, which is not unheard of, but not necessarily always picked up by Troll.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's just using it to try and last hits dominate the last hits in lane like that. But yeah, not what I would have expected either. An action going on top.
Looks like Bristleback's gonna fall.
First blood.
And there's the first blood. Excellent initiation there. Troll's rotated up though. Gonna finish off way too. Oh, if that crush had landed, that would have been a dead troll.
Way off the mark though.
Here we go.
Troll did get the kill, so a successful gank and was able to just TP out very easily.
One kill down then on
Did
either
Bristleback
side.
fall?
Who was the kill? It was yeah, Slaughter finishing off Bristleback. Troll was rotating up there to deal with what was I think just a regular laning kill.
Invoker only level 2.
Yeah, well, support Invoker. He'll be fine, I'm sure. Treants here coming in to mess up the pull. Actually, oh, almost. Masuko doing a great job getting the pull back. Absolutely amazing.
Wow, that was very impressive.
I think Koifa was expecting to be able to just ignore that. But yeah, Masuko not giving up. Masoku, sorry.
I'm surprised the Death Prophet is farming this well against Troll, honestly. I expected Troll to win that lane with not really suffering as much from the silence as many mids.
And here we go. Are they going to try something? The point was being made as well that HyperX have apparently been sponsoring just loads of teams. I was looking in the caster chat. There's 4 teams currently being sponsored by HyperX. I don't have their names on me immediately, but yeah.
Other American teams or?
A mix. I think it was mainly American, North American and South American. So it's not all USA.
Well, Troll now with a double damage rune looking to push in on this Death Prophet, but she's doing a great job of kiting him with the with her Crypt Swarms. She's got her bottle and a null talisman up and is just continuing to win that middle lane, although Troll holding pretty even. Slardar is not farming really well at all, frankly. The Dazzle and Bristleback lane is causing a lot of trouble for him. Certainly not uncommon for Dazzle and Bristlebacks to make hard carries unhappy, but they don't need that much farm on Slardar. Not being, frankly, that hard of a carry anyway, but Liquid don't really seem to have the option to take this middle, with Juggernaut really getting free farm here. Nature's Prophet not exploiting what is, frankly, a pretty weak safe lane. Invoker and Juggernaut, I'm not sure why he's not trying to farm up that Midas and more down there. He's doing okay on the Midas. He's got the Gloves of Haste already and 1,000 in the bank. He'll have it in 7 or 8 minutes, but I think he could get it faster if he stayed in that off lane. What do you think about him moving into the jungle, Grumble?
I think it's a strange choice. He obviously...
I don't understand why not just stay.
Yeah, as we said, Masoku did a great job messing up his side pulls, and yep, he's come back now that the lane is safer, but you know, you don't want to be in the lane against... I suppose Cold Snap plus Blade Fury might be a combo that can kill him, but he's got Sprout. I mean, I would have thought
I was about to say
he'd
the
be
exact
able
same
to. I would have thought he'd be able to survive, yeah. Especially with the treants to harass.
I mean, I'm not exactly sure what the interaction between
Oh, top
Sprout
lane.
and Blade Fury is. Thank you. Yeah, he's dead.
I love Bristleback's voice. One of the best in the game.
Radiant's top
But yeah,
tower is being
I think Sprout can't be hero targeted when Jug is in Blade Fury, but it can still be used to block.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say
Dyer's
Koifa
middle
could
tower
land
is
it
being
anyway.
attacked.
Yeah, you think he's got the skills?
I
I believe you.
I think
This
he's
is why
got
I
the
just don't
skills.
understand why he's down that lane. And he's over here trying to like slowly whittle down the ancients with treants. I
Oh,
think he
mid.
should be in this lane. Thank you.
No worries, Troll's gonna
He should
TP
be
out, I
fine.
think. Oh
Oh! Wow.
no! Haha, that's what you get.
Greedy, greedy, greedy.
Such
And honestly, I think he, even with the Venoslow, he should have just been able to walk out fine, rather than try to use the TP. That was a little showy more than it needed to be. And they're still pushing this tower bottom lane. I don't understand Koifa's decision making. I must be missing something.
I think
I mean,
it.
it's definitely the type of game where Nature's Prophet often does need to go into the jungle because he's pushed out of lane. But have you seen them go on any? Have they been going on for kills on him that I haven't been seeing?
Not that I've picked up on. He hasn't been in lane enough
I
for
haven't
it.
seen him be threatened. Yeah.
And I mean, you know, perhaps there was
I don't get
one very close call, you know, earlier in the game that we missed or something. But that shouldn't scare you out of lane for the first 10 minutes of the game. I'm just gonna have a quick look at
Yeah.
Invoker's spells. So it's Tornado and Cold Snap.
Good choices. Good choices. Try
Good.
to get all the luck down you can, I guess.
Very good choices. I'm wondering if they're good enough choices to warrant what Koifa's choosing to do here. And
I mean,
I gotta say,
the
I can.
answer to that
I guess,
go ahead.
but
Radiant tower is under siege.
I
the
still
answer
think
is
he could be in
maybe,
lane.
but Koifa's not giving him a chance.
Oh, and a quick subtle point on the pull there. They're actually going for a pushing lineup now. They're auto-attacking. Invoker pulled that wave not to try and deny XP. As you'll note, all the creeps are still there on pretty much full health. It was to get a bit of a bulge so that
Right.
it'll engage here, and this wave's going to catch up.
Well, they've been pushing since Nature's Prophet moved into the jungle, which frankly is what he should do. They have Healing Ward, which Juggernaut just put out, and Invoker doesn't have Forge Spirits, but they can easily take this tower, and they're going to right now. That was a free tower for that Koifa didn't need to wait, and he slowed his own farm in the process. Only got his
Confused.
Midas, just popped his Midas a few seconds ago. Yeah, and there must be something that we missed.
Dyer's bottom tower is being attacked.
Last hit wise, it also allowed Juggernaut to skyrocket to the top of the charts, close to 70 last hits in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Complete free farm and an early tower.
I mean, so in fact, let's have a look at gold
Good.
per minute. 458 on the because you know that'll take into account
Yep.
that tower kill. 458 on the Juggernaut.
Now he chose to go for the drum, so decided, but is not going for the farming Juggernaut build with the Battle Fury. What do you think about drum's first item on Juggernaut here?
It kind of reinforces the idea that they are looking to push, like we were saying during the draft as well. That both teams kind of have push potential, early game
Sure.
potential, and neither team has picked up a particularly late game heavy carry. So it makes sense. This isn't a battle of the kills. This is a battle of the push.
Battle Fury does, of course, have push and anti-push with it as well.
True.
Although certainly not as much of an early game item.
True.
Radiant's middle tower is under siege.
Does this Juggernaut have a non-standard animation for his basic attack?
What's his Fireball Nodachi? Yes, he will. He'll also have a custom animation for his Blade Fury, just in terms of it being a different color.
I thought it was that. I've seen that one a few times. Oh,
Yeah.
Nature's Prophet takes out Troll Warlord in the middle.
Oh, good job. Good job.
That bounced around for a while. That was a great job by Koifa. He got it to bounce enough that he could take out a very sizable chunk of Troll's health.
Wondering what the move is going to be here from Bulba. I mean, has ult,
Revenge wanted to pause
has a
here.
siege creep they might want to try and keep alive.
Yeah, it's only the level 1 ult. I don't think he can take this tower here. Well, 800 health. If he can, the problem is that he needs another creep wave to tank for the siege creep. He can't do it, and the radiant creep wave is not that far away. I think he's gonna have to wait for the next siege wave to do it.
Yeah, I mean it's tricky. I've been seeing a lot of what I consider to be a really nice trick, and that is just trying to tank the tower for long enough for the next wave to catch up on, just so that you don't leave the siege creep. Even if it gets down to, you know, one more hit it'll kill it. As long as you keep it alive, then if you can keep it alive and that next wave gets into tank for it, you can suddenly take down towers much faster. I'm wondering whether Bulba's got a plan.
Swarms. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, but so you go in, you tank it for a while. Then when it's starting to look bad, you nip out quickly and you bottle up. Then the siege creep takes one hit. You run back in, tank it for a while again. Siege creep takes another hit. Then you run out, bottle up again, come back in. You've got to tank it then because the siege creep's one hit away from death. But you know, he's only got to wait, I would say, for about another 10-15 seconds. That would be.
Well, my concern.
It's tricky. I agree.
No,
I'm done.
He's going to need 2 Crypt Swarms to take out that Radiant Creep Wave, right? And so, at that point, he's not going to have enough mana for his ult. I know, obviously, as you actually point out, he can back up and he can bottle up. But he's going to have to get out 2 Crypt Swarms underneath the tower to have any chance of taking it here. And I'm not sure that he wants to expose himself that much. And this is assuming that no one TP's in, which, looking around... Well, and Invoker has a TP, and he has Cold Snap and Tornado. He can easily get caught out there.
Just to be clear for the benefit of any viewers, this is massive over-analysis of a small point. We know that, but the game is paused, so we are going to analyze this to death. I think if Bulba did that bottle trick that I was just talking about, he would get enough mana for 2 Crypt Swarms and Exorcism. And also, you know, the Radiant Creep Wave is obviously at the same place as the Dire Creep Wave. The fact that they're far away is going to mean that he's going to have to tank the tower. But it's not like the Radiant Creep Wave is going to get there significantly longer than the Dire Creep Wave, because by the time the Radiant Creep Wave gets there, the Dire Creep Wave will be almost into the river.
And then he has to tank. He has to take out the Radiant Creep Wave before the Siege Creep gets to the tower, and the Radiant Creep Wave meets the Dire Creep Wave, and before the Radiant Creep Wave meets the Dire Creep Wave. Well, because otherwise, the Radiant melee creeps will be hitting the Siege Creep as well as the tower.
Well, he's got to be in front of the tower he's got to be in front of the Siege Creep to tank most of the tower damage. Unfortunately, that also means that for the period between the Radiant Wave arriving and the Dire Wave arriving, he's also going to be tanking the lane harass. But he'll be stopping everything from shooting at the Siege Creep. The question, I think, is can he do it for long enough for the Dire to get in there? And it's touch and go, and it might be totally crazy. I've just seen a lot of good plays by players purely for the sake of trying to keep catapults alive.
I think Bulba has the skill to do it, maybe even to keep the catapult alive. But my trump card is going to be that as soon as he starts pulling those type of shenanigans, Invoker's just going to TP in and Tornado.
Very true.
So he'll have to run away when that happens anyway.
Very true.
So I don't think he's going to get a chance to get the Exorcism off, even if the numbers do line up. Invoker has a TP ready, has Tornado and Cold Snap invoked, so he's not going to want to stick around as soon as he shows up.
In fact, you know what might be
been taking tower hits.
What would also be quite a terrifying rotation. Given that the whole point of what we're discussing now is it's Death Prophet trying to survive without her creep wave, what if Jug TP'd in?
Yep.
Bye.
So, whether she could take out the tower or not, maybe. But if she did that, I can almost certainly say that Revenge will kill her. It was either Invoker with Cold Snap and Tornado, or Jug with just a simple ult away from the creep wave. It's a dangerous game.
Yeah, that it is. It most definitely is.
I mean, Liquid, obviously is up 3 kills, down a tower. All that's fine. It's just the free farm for Jug that has me concerned. Honestly, I think he could have done better than Drums. I think Drums is a great item on Jug. It's a great item on anyone. But the advantage they have is that they have someone who can be a hard carry, even if he is more mid-game oriented, when Slardar really just doesn't have that as an option. Though he did get a very, very fast blink. So I think he should have gone, not necessarily for Battle Fury, but for some type of a right-click item and embrace himself as as oddly as you might think for Juggernaut, the hard carry of this game. And also, remember, he's got Troll Warlord, who of course brings lots of bonus attack speed to his allies. So he has the opportunity to really, really out-carry the Slardar.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you mentioned as well before that, you know, Battle Fury also is an item that would help with push in addition to drums, and you're totally right. And I'm thinking, given that they're going to be running into Nature's Prophet and whole hordes of treants, it actually, yeah, that's another reason why it would be better. It's exactly the kind of counter push they need, i.e. AoE damage.
Yep. Battle Fury has been getting a lot of the Battle Fury Jug build has been getting a lot of flack recently, and a fair amount of flack, considering that he really, frankly, is a late mid-game carry as opposed to a true hard carry, and it's a very fair point. But in this case, I think it actually would have been the right item choice.
Yeah, I mean, that, as we've said 100 times, neither team has got particularly late game carries. So
right,
it's not like he's going to get to late game and suddenly discover, oh no, there's a, I don't know, a PL on the map and he's doing crazy things.
Right.
I'm not a hard enough carry. It's going to be him up against Slardar and Death Prophet and Nature's Prophet.
And he has that Troll ult to back him up in team fights.
Yeah. In fact, that's very true. Jug with Troll ult attack speed is going to be dangerous business. And we've got the reconnect.
Or Maelstrom. Maelstrom wouldn't have been a bad option either.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan of the Maelstrom. Actually, I think it's an amazing item.
Yeah, I think Mjolnir is a very underrated item, and I mean, I can understand part of why I think he didn't go for Battle Fury is that since he didn't have any harass in lane, people often go for Battle Fury partially because you can pick up the Ring of Health at the side shop and and sort of keep yourself
in lane
throughout the fight and in lane. So I can understand that, but then Mjolnir perhaps would have been a better sort of compromise item there. Which is also an item that can scale very well. Maelstrom being great to farm in the early game, and Mjolnir being a very solid right-click carry item late game. That also has some tankiness. And so Death Prophet does go for a ult and gets the tower very low, but Troll's just going to TP in, and 15 health away from denial.
Wow, that is
14 in.
That is perfectly timed. And in the meantime, I mean, that maybe was just a...
The stage creep died before Death Prophet got her ult off was a good thing for Troll, for the Dire.
And I'm wondering whether it was all just one big distraction play so that they can get this Rosh off. Yeah, look at those Revenge Heroes mid suddenly going, oh dear. There are going to be people coming to meet us here in a second. We need to back out.
And there's that Radiant Dire switch from Fluff paying off. So you know, obviously we haven't talked about it so far, and we're here to watch this Dota game. You know, not be People Magazine, but I guess while we're here, we would be amiss, frankly, in my opinion, as esports journalist, without mentioning, of course, some of the recent discussions that have been going around. Tensions would be maybe an appropriate term for Liquid. Do you think that's going to have any effect on this game?
I was actually wondering that before.
Do you want to take this opportunity to make any comment maybe on Liquid or their future? Or any thoughts, Grumble?
Well, I mean, this is for anyone who doesn't know. Fluff did a very heartfelt post on the Liquid blog, just saying that things maybe weren't going quite right. Which he later
apologized for.
And there were differences, but for me, I felt that when I read it, what I was getting mainly from him was hesitancy in his own captaincy, and he seemed to be taking a lot of the blame on himself, even if it was a question of leadership and not solving the problems for his team. You know, things that maybe they were doing wrong, he felt he was responsible for it. So I didn't really think it was a bad move on his part, although maybe it should have stayed private. But what I really want to see in this game is Liquid pulling it together, Fluff leading authoritatively, and I think that call for the switch to Dire has definitely paid off, and that was his call. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's added to the drama for me because I really want this to work for Liquid. Not just in terms of them win, because they're definitely the favourites here, as I say. They haven't lost in this tournament.
True.
But actually play nicely, play cohesively, and especially have Fluff being a real leader. And I'm happy that we've had that so far.
Yeah, I would say that seems to be what's occurred here. I'm surprised Troll didn't try to pull those creeps into the tower.
Yeah.
To get it deniable. Now at 137 health, just 7 health away from denial. But Big push here top for the Dire.
Radiant's top tower.
Bristleback being forced out of the lane to try to help middle, and I don't know how they're going to defend it, frankly. Glyph not up. It should fall.
They can't. I think they're choosing to try for the deny mid, but of course, Death Prophet has the option of
Invoker
just.
here has Tornado.
Oh dear, and there's the Juggernaut ult on Death Prophet. She was way out of position for that.
Radiant's top tower has been destroyed.
But they're able to get top. And Invoker now tried to run into the trees, but Slardar found him and taken out very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Invoker doesn't really have the escape potential he normally does when up against a Slardar. Oh dear, Fluff in trouble. Two very quick kills coming out for Revenge, both on the mid lane.
From Juggernaut there.
Both on mid lane.
Not sure that it was really needed.
I'm beginning to wonder though whether Liquid are deliberately feeding one at a time mid in order to let this top lane push just build momentum. That's probably overstating the case a little bit, but
they were willing to take a fight that perhaps they knew was a dangerous situation for them.
yeah, and they certainly forced an awful lot of Revenge heroes mid. I was just going to say the Slardar with his speed boost and also the ability to detect invis, Invoker's in real trouble.
And now Liquid's going to be able to should be able to take middle here. Oh, Invoker, great deny.
Brilliant deny there.
He
Yeah.
there was a half a second window and he executed perfectly.
Yep. So we got the Hand of Midas out on nobody other than Nature's Prophet. Yasha's out on Juggernaut and Troll Warlord. Mech coming out on Bristleback. Nothing.
What do you
usually
think this
exciting.
Yasha's going to be here? Is it going to be a Manta?
For the Jug, I would expect so.
Yes, sorry.
I would expect so. It could just be. I mean, it's a decent item in between while building up to something else.
Sure.
If he's turning it into anything, I'd expect a Manta.
Troll picked up his Ogre Club along with it Yasha, so looking to go into BKB next for him. Do you think that Juggernaut should
could it be
build
Sans and
BKB
Yasha?
in addition? I'm not sure. I mean, Manta is definitely the traditional item, especially when he is trying to go hard carry. But
oh, sorry, I mean on the troll.
Drums, so.
I mean on the troll with that Ogre Club, in addition to Yasha.
Oh, well, that's a great point. I'm sorry. I didn't even think of that. As the Death Prophet is able to take out the Invoker mid. That's an excellent question.
I think it probably
Liquid.
will be BKB. I think you're probably right.
Murder spree.
Ooh, but the Juggernaut is able to take out Venomancer.
Yeah, but look at that mini-map. It's like a swarm of
Very
sharks
impressive.
coming in as Bulba and Way2
Yeah.
both come in. But nice.
Copy ult.
He's got the spin. He's got the TP. He'll be out, but this will be bot tower down.
Tower is being attacked.
But Revenge is trying to take middle. I don't know what Slardar is going to do about it.
Tower is being attacked. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Nothing.
siege.
I think is
Dire's middle tower has been destroyed.
and
Both teams very good at taking towers very quickly.
yeah. This is all about the push. I mean, what are we? 16 minutes in, and 5 towers down. So a tower every 3 minutes on average. It's.
Yep.
That's quite high.
Shadowblade here from Nature's Prophet. So I'm surprised that now that the Shadowblade's up, that the Liquid isn't roaming as 4 more and letting Nature's Prophet split push, because that's a great way to counter the sort of 5-man push lineup that Revenge has put together.
Yeah.
They can definitely defend with Nature's Prophet and Slardar, Visage, Venomancer, all heroes very good at defending towers, while Nature's Prophet split push, and that's what I talked about it in the draft.
Oh,
but
smash!
they're not doing it.
Oh.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It was a great gank there by TC and Bulba.
Dire's top
Sorry, I
tower
was watching the Juggernaut push top. They were able to take the top tower.
But I mean, this is the problem, isn't it? Okay, they've actually caught up on towers now, but if you're playing push versus push and you're behind on push, that's not a good place to be.
Well, I'm not sure why Liquid is trying to play as a ganking team when their lineup seems to be 4 protect 1 push and counter push.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
I'm not sure. Personally, I'm not sure about the 4 protect 1. I think it's split push with Nature's Prophet and Death Prophet. The Prophets kind of taking the lead on
I
each.
would see, if I was captaining this team, which I think for lots of very good reasons I am not.
Next time maybe.
I would have Death Prophet, Visage, Venomancer, Slardar rotate as a 4 to both push lanes and defend against the 5-man push, while Nature's Prophet split push. I don't know if you'd call that a 4 protect 1 or a split push or whatever. but
Mhm.
that would
But
seem
4
to be
and 1.
more effective. 4 and 1, 4 and 1 split push. Call it as you like.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Invoker caught out here though. Oh, Visage missed the familiar stuns.
Oh, I'm not with you.
Big whiff there.
And just to clarify, Troll is definitely going for BKB.
Okay.
A Mithril Hammer
Sending
sitting
Judge
in the
wasn't a bad
stash.
idea though. It's not a bad option on Troll, as you can be both melee or ranged.
And actually, I mean, given
Although
the Death Prophet's
Juggernaut's-
ult,
And Juggernaut trying to take out Slardar. Has his ult and takes him down.
that's a nice kill for them. Very, very nice kill.
Can you hold the stream real quick, because I am moderately to severely dehydrated.
Oh yeah, sure, no problem at all. Veno doing some nice
Be right
ward jungle in there. Constant damage on the creeps helps himself avoid some damage. But it also looks like as a team, with Bulba they're rotating around to try and deal with Benjaz, but he's just going to pop his Blade Fury and TP out. But they are going to find green. Does he have a TP? He does not. He doesn't even have the gold for it. I think he was probably just going to try and wait there until it ticked up to 130. But sadly, no. Sadly, no. Death Prophet now looking to just get the farm up on top lane. But the waves are incredibly pushed out against Liquid. And they're the ones sitting on a Nature's Prophet, a Venomancer, and a Death Prophet. So it's a strange situation. Davidy, are you back among the living? Possibly. Davidy will be back among the living shortly. Liquid and TC and Veno both looking to push mid. I gotta say I do find the Liquid ways of arranging their names slightly confusing sometimes, with HyperX at the beginning and all weird. But that's a life. Oh, and a beautiful Invoker initiation. EMP's ready to land, but Slardar disappears. Slardar disappears. I imagine that was just a perfectly timed blink. So fast I actually missed it, but it was the only thing it could have been. Hello, 5 to 8.
Sorry about that. And any more towers fall?
No more towers fall. There was a fairly simple kill on Dazzle, who just couldn't afford a TP. Got.
In addition to one of these medicines, in addition to the drowsiness and the mood stuff, also can cause some dehydration. So sometimes it comes on me.
Oh, heavily medicated casting. How much we love you.
The best.
Looks like Koifer's ready to be a Nature's Prophet again and really start pushing the lane. But
yeah,
meanwhile,
I'm surprised that we haven't seen much split push from him. He picked up the Shadow Blade, but now he's going for Orchid.
very nice job there, just going away just long enough to convince the Troll Warlord that he was actually leaving lane.
Right.
Troll's now largely
One
committed
of the most
elsewhere.
satisfying experiences. As someone who, as you know, loves to rat, that is just such a satisfying experience. Where you leave lane just long enough, like, alright, I'm gonna totally go across the map. But it's best is when they TP out. And it's like, oh, by the way, I'm still here.
It's like Nature's Prophet. Oh, he's gone. He's definitely gone. Let's just go, guys.
Yeah, it should be fine. Should be fine.
I still, just quickly, I think that is one of the most beautiful couriers I've ever seen, sitting on the Dire team.
The Golden Roshan, well that came out, what, a couple years ago for a special event? I'm trying to remember, but not a lot of those around. But they are very beautiful.
Let me just quickly get it up here. That
Juggernaut
is
did finish off the Manta.
That was Dire Tide 2012. I think that was actually before I was in Dota.
Yep, me too. Me too.
Which makes me really
Liquid
sad.
going for Roshan again here.
Well, they can. I mean, they've got the edge.
Slowly, but should be able to take him down.
I mean, they're ahead on XP. It hasn't been anything drastic, just a gradual gain. And yeah, they're ahead on gold as well.
Absolutely. Liquid definitely taking control of this game. And honestly, I think part of it is that I think the drums on Juggernaut were a bad item. I think drums is a great item. Don't want to insult drums at all. But now he's in the jungle trying to farm, and he's farming okay, but he doesn't have the Battle Fury or the Mjolnir, and I'm just not sure whether he wants to play as the mid game carry or the late game carry, and his item build has a little bit too much of both.
Quick point: only Bulba has a TP on the Liquid side.
Oh yeah, this top tower.
So even though they got to get kills here to make this worthwhile. Well, they've got one. That's Invoker.
They could try to pressure high ground.
Nature's Prophet
Invoker,
looking to
and
TP
they
back.
forced the buyback. That's worth it, even if they lose the top tower, which they will. As long as they get out safely here, they got a tower, got a kill, and forced a buyback.
Oh, I think Dazzle might be saying, let's go on this Nature's Prophet. There was a ping there.
He
It
does
looks,
have. He
it
has,
looks like they're going
shadow,
for him.
but does anyone have detection? Dazzle has a dust.
This could be it for Koifa.
Juggernaut
Oh, no.
pops the drums.
Backing off nicely,
Needs
now
to back
near
up.
Roshan. Koifa out of sight.
Oh,
Oh!
he goes for the.
There's the silence going for Dazzle.
Oh,
Oh, and gets it!
Oh,
That was cheeky, Koifa.
that one last hit.
That was cheeky. I am kind of getting the impression that Liquid would have been playing this very differently if they hadn't been matched with another pushing lineup. Yeah, as it is, I think they saw that the other team were going to try and outpush them and just said, you know what, we've got better push, so we're just going to
Sure.
no need to rush. If they'd been up against late game carries, they would have been towers down all over the map much quicker. Although of course we are just looking at 2 towers up for each team.
I mean, I definitely agree with you. I'm not so sure about this Nature's Prophet play. I mean, he's coming into it now, but it took him a while, and he helped a lot with the Roshans, and he's gotten 2 kills, and that's great. But I think he could have been contributing more if he had started either split pushing or staying with the team more. I think he's been farming for a long time, but I'm glad that he's getting out into it now.
Yep. Bristleback coming in here to try and scare him off. I think probably one of the
scared of Bristle.
Well, I think that's probably one of the best options. It's not going to get a kill on him.
Oh, but he has dust.
Yeah,
but Bristleback can't take him down before he TP's out.
But I think Bristleback is a good choice just for stopping Nature's Prophet push. If he summons Treants, and
Sure,
Treants will die.
clear the way quickly.
If Nature's Prophet silences him, then he doesn't really care. I mean, whatever.
Although, when you actually look at it, a very small number of stuns for Revenge. I mean, they have Tornado, and Invoker has a couple options. There's the Bash possibility from Troll Warlord, and there's the mini stun at the start of Jug Ult. But other than that, not a lot of ways to interrupt TPs.
Wow. TC.
And again, Dazzle mini stun at the end of. Wow.
Oh, they're going in on
Blade
it.
Fury.
Slardar there was really just taking advantage of
Got
the lack of.
Blade Fury off right before the silence.
TC in trouble though. But he's got the Aegis. He was taking one. Oh, but there's that Jug Ult, and it finishes off 2. No, just one of the Liquid heroes.
Nature's Prophet TP's in though and doing a lot of damage to this Troll Warlord.
And there's the ult to finish him off.
That's probably game.
I think it probably is.
The team wipe.
That was brutal. Slardar was, I think,
They
taking advantage of the lack of
action.
lockdown. Just running around around all 4 of the Revenge heroes.
I guess I'm glad I mentioned it right beforehand because that's really what won on that fight. There was just no lockdown.
Yeah.
To prevent Slardar from just causing mayhem.
I mean, most of what he was doing at the start, I think, I mean, he got some amp damage on people, but he wasn't getting very good crushes off at the start, but he was just pulling the entire Revenge team out of position as they try and chase him down, track where he is, track what's going on mid, track what's going on top. Madness! But Revenge not ready to call.
With the racks down, they're going to go for a second lane. Or at least, Rage Prophet's going to maybe just try to whittle away on this tower.
And out. Dazzle has dust, but just not close enough. Dazzle
But
possibly.
yeah, Go ahead, please.
Dazzle picking up an Ogre Club.
Interesting. Will that be a halberd, maybe?
It could be. They're thinking that given that both teams going push oriented, there's going to be a lot of area based fighting rather than like jungle ganking. You know, sieges on the high ground where you know where the fight's going to be. If he can get like Weave, then I think becomes very, very viable. And given that he's also got a point booster, I think he is going for Ags.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally missed the point booster. You're totally right.
I also totally missed it. And, and he's got the Staff of Wizardry. I'm just like, oh my god, he's got an Ogre Club. That's weird. What on earth could it possibly be? There we go. Passive physical bashes.
A lot of trouble here in the top lane.
Passive
Tried to finish off the Nature's Prophet, but...
Dominating.
Yeah. And this is... I mean, not so much in that case, because he was surrounded by 5 heroes. He is working on Butterfly, not far from it, but again, I think that Drum's choice, rather than a farming item to start off with, if he went for drums, which is fine, but then they needed a team of adds 5 early and really force Liquid to defend and use use the Death Prophet ult defensively, but they didn't do that.
Yeah.
They tried to gank and split push some, and I just don't think it was the right item choice.
Mm. No, I would definitely agree. We're yeah, I mean Revenge obviously have a plan for what they're going to do next, but I can't see what it is. With the amount of map control, especially that Liquid are currently having, the next rush will be theirs. The next few rushes will be theirs, no problem.
I'm sorry, this is JDL, so it's a 2-game series, is that correct?
That's right, yeah. It'll be this game and then another one. It could be win for one team, win for the other, or a draw. But as I said, Liquid have not lost a game in this tournament. Liquid have not lost a game. Revenge have lost 8. And obviously,
I'm being coddled.
Yeah, you're being coddled, or
Coddled.
davidy, of course, being I don't know. Every time I tell the story, it gets more dramatic. He was in a more dramatic. He was in a plane crash at sea, and so he's he's
I was on the
currently being
Airlines flight.
Being medicated and healed. Troll
Warlord pops his BKB and goes right into it.
But
unfortunately, trouble here. But so
well, not really.
Damage from the Death Prophet ult.
Yeah, I mean the BKB was popped on Troll. He tried to go in, but Slardar was doing the same thing to his own team and getting kills. And there's the other team wipe.
He has a stun in lockdown to prevent everyone from rotating.
Yeah.
And the GG's called.
There's the GG.
It really was the lack of stun from Revenge that made their semi-ganking strategy impossible to execute, and they just couldn't hold on in team fights. No lockdown.
Absolutely. Anybody watching on stream? First of all, thank you very much, davidy. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It was great, pleasure. Thank you.
And yeah, we'll jump into the next lobby. I'll keep the stream running so I can keep you updated, but it really shouldn't take long. Should be 2 minutes. anybody still hanging out on the stream, just to let you know, we're in the lobby for the next game. We've got let's have a quick look. Yep, we've got all of the players in. I think we're just having a quick it's either 2 or 3 minute break for one of the casters, and then we'll be kicking straight off, so please stay tuned. I'll get rid of that be right back screen for you as soon as the draft starts, I promise.
You can cast if you install, but
Oh, hello.
if you install, you could cast. Hey, is your
Hello.
stream going?
My stream is going.
Awesome.
Let me just oh, we're almost ready to switch it over. Obviously people can tell we are in the game. We're just waiting for the load up to start. Looks like we're waiting for one spectator to connect. You don't want to be the spectator that holds up you know, Liquid versus Revenge. Dun dun dun.
Is Revenge gonna get that revenge? I wonder how many times people make that joke when casting them. They probably
I know.
a lot. They're probably really tired of that joke.
It's got to be like every time they lose the first game in any kind of series.
Yeah. Or like every time they get interviewed at, like before a match and against someone that beat them the last time, they're like, "So, you're probably looking for revenge in this match upcoming, you know?" Hey, shut up.
I'm looking forward to the time. There we go. We got the final connection. All right, the be right back screen will be gone in a moment, guys. I'm looking forward to the time when our little team gets huge and we play against Liquid, and then it's Liquid versus Wave. Lol.
Yes.
And I'm so funny. There we go, guys. There's the drafting board up. We are getting ready to get in here.
So we have a drafting overlay next to Crumble.
I'm tempted to. I've seen a couple of really fancy ones. Heflamoke, Hefla TV. Check him out. They do a whole bunch of languages. Really nice guy. Does a lot of the tournaments. He's got a really nice drafting background, which I saw in one of his videos, which I want. I want it. It should be mine.
I like the Valve drafting screen. I like it a lot. I think it's simple. It works really well.
The one we're looking at now, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. We could fancy it up.
To go.
I think
fan from Liquid.
I think for us, what we need is an overlay which has just kind of waves going down the side, just repeated images of our little wave logo running down the side.
Well,
I am just trying to
be careful because I'll just start having a big conversation about like wave branding concepts and
well, no.
totally ignore the game.
I am just really trying to just fill up a little bit of time so we get a couple of bands out of the way, and it's not just like right, the Naga band overanalyzed to death.
Yep, GG Naga band guys.
Yep,
I think we all know who's gonna win now.
Determining factor, clearly enough to talk about. Still looking at green. But I'm quite happy that we haven't got any stand-ins. I've cast Liquid a couple of times and they've been stand-ins. This might even be the only time I've cast their whole squad.
Seconds.
And do you think that Visage ban from Revenge? I mean, I think Visage played well last game, but I don't know that I would call him a dominating force in the game. So I wonder if this says more about the strategy they plan to execute rather than any real concern about Liquid's Visage playing ability.
Yes, I would agree with that analysis. I mean, he's certainly present, but
Sure.
yeah, I mean, it could also, and I hate to say it, it could also just be an instinctive first-tier common early game ban, which
Lycan banned out by Liquid.
Sometimes is all you can do.
Lycan would have been great in that last game.
Oh
with
yeah.
all that sort of semi-split push.
Oh yeah. If they'd picked up a Lycan, we would have seen Necrobooks as well. I'm 100% sure.
Absolutely. I'm surprised, frankly, considering the sort of flow of that game, that we didn't see any Necrobooks. That was a very sort of Necrobook style game.
I think I don't think Liquid are try-harding here a little bit.
Especially with Revenge picking up a troll, and that his ult also applying to summon units.
Mhm.
I believe.
There's the
Could
Ember
be wrong.
Spirit. Oh dear. This is going to be
Ember Spirit.
this is going to be interesting.
Go ahead, please. Well, I was just gonna say the Ember Spirit. I definitely feel like these bans are very much influenced by the last game. Ember Spirit would have been very useful in counter push. I wonder if we're going to see a lot of counter push heroes picked up by either team, considering the basically constant push game that we saw last time.
I am wondering whether Liquid's... I mean, they might have just wanted Ember Spirit. I certainly think he's in need of a nerf as well, as you said. The nerf stick needs to land on him quite hard and heavy. Possibly he needs to fall out of the nerf tree and hit every nerf branch on the way down, or something. But I'm wondering whether Liquid are thinking Revenge might try and do to us what we did to them last time. In which case, Ember Spirit is an amazing first pick, because he'll just tear through treants and things like that, and in fact their presence in a tower push will actually result in more damage being taken by the Revenge heroes, because it will be more AoE hits in the area. Revenge picking up Mirana though, I'm wondering if they're going ganky.
Yeah. Mirana, a fairly flexible hero, but definitely specializes in ganks, and I feel like is best executed when synergized with other ganking ults, and often sometimes big team fight ults that are not quite as based on control, but are required careful positioning. Mirana Sand King, I've mentioned a couple times, is a great combination.
You say that as they pick up Ancient Apparition, and I think that was literally everything you were talking about. Ganking ults, AoE damage ults, not necessarily stuns, but
right.
Yeah,
right.
It's almost like you read that from a book.
It's almost like I'm some sort of Dota analyst or something, and I think about this a lot.
Right.
10
Right.
I should captain a team, maybe start an organization, cast some games every now and then.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, Liquid
What do you
though.
think Liquid should go for here with their second pick, though?
I am wondering whether they were very keen to pick up that Ember Spirit, and now it's a bit like, right, what do we do now? Yeah, I've got to say, what I would really love to see happen in this match, as I said, Liquid not having lost a single game in this entire tournament, is for them to get overconfident and for Revenge to pull off something really, really pretty. To me, I'm just a caster.
That's the coldest thing that I've heard you say.
I'm just a caster. I just want it to be interesting for the viewers. That's all I'm
Liquid
about.
has been succeeding a lot, so I really hope they just fail. I hope they fail miserably. That'd be good.
Put it this way: they haven't lost a single game. Yeah, that doesn't make for the most interesting next game, unless there is at least a chance that they'll lose. And I mean, Revenge, I just think they need to catch them out in the draft, and then they've actually got the skill levels are close enough for them to win off that, in my opinion, no doubt.
Considering that we're going to be casting this tournament for a long time, as casters, we should hope that the streak keeps going, and then it like picks up steam, and everyone wants to tune into the matches and watch how can Liquid go perfect in the JDL. I think that's a much better strategy for us to follow. Okay, but why?
But in that situation, why would everybody tune in order to watch Liquid in the JDL? It's not because they might have a perfect streak; it's because they might lose. Or at least that's why I would watch it. Anyway, Nature's Prophet getting picked up.
Okay.
Which
Spirit Band, definitely not a bad choice to try to protect that Nature's Prophet. Although Mirana, definitely a hero which is more than happy to use her ult to try to punish the split pushing Nature's Prophet. An Ancient Apparition with that global presence, very good at countering split push with his ult. So Nature's Prophet certainly not a bad pickup here, but Revenge is reasonably well equipped to try to deal with it. Centaur War Rider ban for Liquid, and I love that ban. Centaur and Mirana synergy is crazy. Using one ult, you can basically initiate from anywhere on the map and have them. There's absolutely nothing that can do it. I don't know that. I certainly would say, and when I play, nothing makes me more afraid when I hear Moonlight Shadow and then that Centaur ult sound. He's like, everyone, run to the towers, run!
We have no idea where they are, or how many of them are near us, but they're running in and they're invisible, and they're about to stomp on our faces. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I think one of the big, advantages to what Liquid have picked so far, though, is when you get to the tier 3 siege, whether it's defensive or aggressive, that is one of the hardest parts in the game. Games are won and lost at that point at all levels, all the time. And they've got Ember Spirit, Sleight of Fist, and then Nature's Prophet to just, well, first of all, his ult to kind of, on top of Sleight of Fist, can just get kills. But also the Treants there just to slow down whatever the Revenge side are trying to do. Those tier 3 sieges, aggressively or defensively, Team Liquid have a great team for dealing with that.
Radiance.
So much to say here. Very quick, the Doom pickup by Revenge. I'm glad to finally see him, as we talked about. His prominence, but not a lot of so much banning and not a lot of playing when we see him. But then the very quick Rubit pickup, obviously, can be a counter to Doom. Lots of good things to steal. Provides some makes him be careful about how and when he uses that Doom. And then the Sven pickup from Avenge. So this means it's maybe going to be a Mirana mid with a Doom off lane, or maybe a Doom off lane. I mean a Doom mid with a Mirana off lane, or it could be the Sven mid, which actually a few people have been trying out. I think it was first pioneered by Hani of Fnatic. So it'll be very interesting to see how Revenge uses these carries.
I would agree. It's going to be hugely interesting. I mean, Ember Spirit I think can play on largely any lane. But Revenge have now picked up two heroes who are absolutely brilliant at dealing, even though they're not typical mids, they're amazing at dealing with other melee mids. You know, the other one, obvious example is Sand King with Caustic Finale. You know, that can do horrific things to anybody who has to get in range of it in order to...
Nerf stick, cough cough.
Yeah, exactly. Nerf stick, cough cough. Although stop hating on Sand King. Seriously, it's not cool. I've noticed actually you don't like bugs. You really just don't like. But you don't like Weaver. You don't like Sand King. I don't think you're crazy enough about.
I have a Nyx issue.
No, I suppose not. But I mean, given I think Nyx is a hero that you could play.
10 seconds.
Liquid.
Yeah, I do.
Are they trolling? Like I have to ask. That fast, and then 7 seconds left of bonus time to pick up the Magnus. Not trolling exactly, but letting the time run down when they know full well what they're going to pick.
Well, Magnus is definitely an interesting pick here. There's not really, I mean, I guess Ember Spirit to some extent, but there's not a lot that they really rely on. I wonder if Revenge is going to ban out the Lich here, because they still need another support. And I'm not sure what that Magnus is for exactly. But I think this is going to mean we're going to see a Magnus mid and an Ember Spirit in the safe lane. That may be why they took so long, because they're trying to figure out, okay, what mid hero is good against any of these three people? Okay, it could be any of them. What hero can work in any case? And Magnus is the answer they came up with.
Well, I'm not sure that Magnus would do too well against. He could do well against Mirana. He'd do well against Sven. I think Doom mid against Magnus. I would be really interested in playing that sometime.
You like that?
Doom,
so
I assume,
do you think we'll see the Doom mid here?
Oh, I mean, it's a very unusual matchup. It's what I would like to play. If I was on the Revenge side, I'd be saying maybe we really want to think about putting Doom mid, because level up Scorched Earth, the minimal harass you're going to get from Magnus with Shockwave will heal up fairly quickly. You'll be doing loads of damage to Magnus every time he tries to get in last hit range. But then again, they could just be doing something really weird.
Greedy Doom there. He could max Devour, I think, against Magnus and be okay.
Yeah, just Magnus Scorched Earth, Magnus Scorched Earth. What am I saying? Devour Scorched Earth, Devour Scorched Earth.
It's been a long day for you. And Zeus pickup. Wow. So maybe a support Mirana and a Zeus mid. Revenge is just spent so much time trying to bait out that mid pick. Pick 3 possible mid heroes, and it looks like I think we're gonna see the Zeus mid.
Yeah, looking at it now, I mean, yeah, that's what it's gonna be, I think.
So I guess you gotta say well played to Revenge there.
I guess you do,
the
yeah.
other lanes, is it gonna be a support Sven maybe? To support a
Mirana
carry or a support Mirana?
There's the Chen.
What's the...
I know.
Magnus is interesting because...
Here's the Magnus reason.
They don't really have a...
I've got the reason for Magnus.
Oh, go ahead.
Empowering Ember Spirit.
Right, lay it on me.
We might be having the audio glitches here just as people
go ahead.
pick heroes. Empowering Ember Spirit.
Well, you see, that's what I was thinking about. Well, actually, would that empower his Sleight of Fist hits?
Yes. Yes, it would.
I like it. So you could get 3 Battle Furies off, so to speak.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's also 50% extra damage.
10
It does 50% cleave damage, but it's also 50% extra damage. I think that's probably the
now that I think about it,
the secret behind that pick. It's going to be all on TC there, all on TC.
This should be interesting.
He's heading to mid, so it'll be Ember against Zeus. I really think that the mid battle could have gone really either way. But But yeah, davidy.
So Magnus hard carry. Interesting. I'm sorry. Yes.
Is it Magnus hard carry? They might just be determining the mid with reference to. I think the mid is more important, and I think they just might be deciding what will give them an advantage mid, and then putting whoever else in the position where they can get the farm quickly. I mean, Ember won't have a problem being the hard carry. He won't have a problem getting.
See,
He would.
I think. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
I think if they're going to send Ember Spirit mid, which I'm not sure if this is right or not, then they should definitely let Nature's Prophet solo the safe lane with Chen there to back him up, and then send Magnus and Rubik to the off lane. Magnus very happy to play in the off lane if he's going to be in a side lane and a dual lane. Rubik has long range, would be happy to give him a harass there. Magnus has the escape, and I would much rather they shut down the hard carries farm and give Nature's Prophet a chance to solo on solo and get a fast Midas.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's going to be
not like Rubik. They're going to want Rubik working the jungle anyway because Chen's going to be in there, so they wouldn't be missing anything out, so to speak. Although Chen is up here by this top rune, I guess he's just warding and I'll walk down to the jungle.
Beautiful Chen mount. We do still need to introduce the teams as well.
Oh yes, sorry.
I'll jump on Liquid quickly. We've got Koifa taking Nature's Prophet, unsurprising there. So he'll be doing the same role he did last time. We've got Fluff on the Chen. We've got TC on the Ember Spirit, I think we might already have mentioned, and we've got Waytu on the Rubik and Bulba playing Magnus.
Wow. Oh well, Revenge. Before I introduce him, the Ancient Apparition has a double damage room, and they are poking around this jungle trying to find Chen, but he's in the enemy's jungle. Anyway, well, while we have a second, it's Green, aka Mystico, on the Ancient Apparitions, Masoku as his Sven, Mihawk on the Mirana, and I guess we'll call the carry. We have at mid, we have Smash on the Zeus, and then soloing the safe lane, we have Ben Jazz on the Doom. I think Revenge expected Liquid to do what I had suggested, but Liquid may be double bluffing there and still sending Nature's Prophet to the solo off lane. But I'm very interested to see what Liquid's going to do. It looks like they're going to have Liquid jungling in the enemy jungle.
Well, I mean, given the amount of time that these dire supports are spending in there trying to shut down his farm, I think that might be a brilliant choice. He's just perfectly guessed the fact that he will be, he'll be a target in his own jungle. It's actually safer there.
As well. This is going to be the first fight of the game. Zeus
this is going to be the first kill of the game.
Yeah.
Look at that centaur!
Misses his stun, but still enough damage.
He didn't cast the stun.
Easy kill, and they should push this lane with 4 heroes here and a Centaur Conqueror.
He didn't actually cast the stun. He cancelled the animation just in time. But
I
just love the fact he wasn't trying to get close to the Zeus. He was just trying to run parallel to him so that he couldn't run into the trees. It was beautiful play there.
They did get an early kill on Magnus bottom as well while that was going down.
Oh, shame I missed that. It was first blood to Liquid though, right?
I believe
yes, Zeus died. Zeus died before before Magnus. Yep.
Very interesting, but very effective again. I really like the use of the Centaur to zone rather than stomp. Very smart there from the Chin. Fluff and stuff showing that he very happy to be innovative in his micro.
Yeah, that was amazing. And as I said, what I really want out of Liquid this game is either for them to lose so that everything's dramatic, which apparently makes me a terrible person, or for Fluff to just be happily back in the leadership role, and I really think that's what we're seeing. Yeah, that's basically what.
Doing a lot of damage to Doom, but he's just so tanky early on against that Nature's Prophet. Although the treants are making him be a little bit more hesitant. So I guess this is a Magnus solo safe lane with Rubik in sort of moving back and forth between the safe lane and mid, and Chen in the enemy jungle. And then this is basically a Mirana soloing the off lane with Chen and Ancient Apparition comboing together in the Radiant jungle. And they're going to go on Rubik here. Stun comes out, and Zeus is there. Ancient Apparition gets the kill, but now Ember Spirit's there, throws out the chains, but everyone will just walk away. Pops a salve, Zeus is bottling up. Magnus is here trying to finish off the Ancient Apparition. He'll be able to. Sven and Zeus are there. Big skewer right to the Ember Spirit, AoE damage. Zeus falls, Smash Down in a lot of trouble, pops a Haste Rune, should be able to get away as Ember Spirit and Boba are both out of mana. Pop bottles another rune, double damage, gets up his mana up and says, you should probably just walk away, Ember. You should probably just walk away.
Back it out, mate. Back it out. Yeah, I mean that was some amazing play by both teams, I think.
Great skewer from Magnus.
The other thing, just before all that kicked off, I was going to say, you know, Doom is taking a lot of harass, but he's chosen to go for the big red Satyr. So he's got
which I think is great.
+4 health regen, and he's got Scorched Earth being the primary level. So that's 3 levels in that.
Right.
When active, so when he activates Scorched Earth, 28 health regen per second on top of whatever natural regen he's got.
And for the laning Doom, I'm actually a fan of getting the Satyr Tormentor instead of the as the Rubik falls. This is just the kills are just not happening where you expect them to on this map. The laning is so unconventional.
Yeah, I mean,
Ancient Apparition and Sven still just combing through the Radiant jungle.
oh,
Just not really interested in laning. They're a jungling dual lane.
mid is happening. Mid is real.
Bam.
Goodbye. Fluff actually had a shot on the oh, Ancient Apparition CC.
AA disconnect.
Fluff actually had a shot on the Daikuri there. I think he was probably had his screen on mid, trying to work out the best approach, but it literally flew right past his whole little army there.
But yeah, this is very interesting from Revenge. They're running a jungling dual lane in the enemy jungle. I don't think you could describe it as anything different than that. When was the last time you saw that, Grumble?
When was the time when I saw that might be more appropriate? I mean, it's great. It's the mind games of Dota. You know, they'll be hunting for me, so I'm gonna go over here. The enemy jungle becomes the safest place in the world if they're all in your jungle.
But Sven and AA choosing to stay in that jungle and work together to be junglers.
Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it.
Honestly, the only time I've seen that, and I don't mean this at all the insult, is when it's in sort of my newbie days, the people doing crazy stuff like that. But I think it's actually not a bad decision at all from Revenge. It's giving Sven a chance to farm. He can't really jungle on his own, but he can jungle with the help of Ancient Apparition. Absolutely,
yeah. I mean, I'm just wondering whether, you know, the game is ready for dual junglers to be put in, and along with 3 survivable safe solo laners.
Up until
it'll
this
be
game,
weird.
I would have said absolutely not. And then, even after this, I think it's just a very peculiar situation, but it does, I guess, make you wonder. It's a very interesting way to do it.
I think there's a potential for jungle-oriented games, where in addition to your lanes, you're also trying to look for a squad which will be either farming your jungle or farming the enemy jungle, or trying to shut down junglers.
They're going to go on Ember Spirit here. Should fall with lots of lockdown, but has his ult. Is able to get away.
But he's Ember Spirit, yeah. And Revenge also took a wonderful advantage of nighttime high ground there to get the jump off. It was almost enough. Gonna have a quick look at the XP and gold graphs. Liquid ahead, but not by much. About 1,000 to 1,500 on each.
I think this is the second game that I've cast with you, Grumble, where we've seen Doom go for the arcane boots relatively early.
Yeah, very true.
So do you think that means we'll see a mech on this Doom coming out soon?
I think he might be doing it. He might be doing it just so that he can keep spamming Scorched Earth and Devour. I mean, I can almost see it for that reason alone. Because, you know, Doom isn't that...
Well, let me rephrase the question then. Okay,
yep.
Go ahead.
No.
Well, what do you think Doom's next item will be?
Oh, that's a tricky one. I mean, up against the lineup he's... Oh, hold on.
Oh, sorry. Mirana ult comes out as he's lifted, but everyone there to counter it. Doom comes out on Chin. Rubik very low, but might be able to walk away here. No, Doom wants him. He has the phase boots and just takes him out with a Scorched Earth. TP coming in, though. Doom diving very deep. Still has a few seconds on the Mirana ult, but I guess too far away for a Sprout. So, great 2 kills there for Revenge. Sorry.
The ability of being a co-caster and being able to watch without worrying about talking, probably the most impressive thing in that entire fight. Chen wasn't killed.
Sure.
Chen denied himself.
Wait, Chen wasn't killed?
Chen denied himself.
How?
With the Satyr. Yep.
Oh.
With his own Satyr. Yeah. So yeah, you don't get the jump on Liquid that
Wow.
easy, I guess is the message.
I thought I was sure that was the Scorched Earth that took him out.
Nope, he was doomed, and then he got back behind the tower.
Right.
Bulba being very, very low here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But yeah, committed suicide.
Wow. Well,
Dire's middle tower is
I
well
almost
played,
think
Fluff.
when that happens, it should count as being killed by a neutral. I know it's not a neutral, but
Oh, that's a very interesting theory.
I mean it's not a neutral,
Well-
and it's controlled and all the rest of it. But it would just it would be a big incentive towards trying to get those kind of things, which I would
think
like.
they should make it where neutral creeps can aggro to towers, so you can have neutral creeps kill. You can pull the creeps into a tower, for good or for bad.
Are there any of the creep camps close enough to any of the towers that you could actually feasibly do
I-
that? I guess actually. I mean, you can drag the pull camps fairly
I mean,
close.
I think, well, the towers I think can aggro one of the pull camps, but I could be wrong. I think it's possible.
I wouldn't want them to change the map. That would be heresy.
Okay, well, it would be cool. I think is my point.
It would be cool. Rubik spotting out the smoke gank. Way too knows what's up, but taking all of the stuns, finished off by Mirana, but the rotations are in.
murder spree.
I don't see how Sven's gonna. I mean, Zeus is gonna get out of here. Nope.
Nope.
That Shen is actually a great counter to Zeus, because basically whenever Zeus throws out his ult, Shen just uses his ult, and they're diving Ancient Apparition behind the tower, and they're able to take him out.
Yeah, I mean it's just very, very good play coming out from the Liquid team here. This is
Dire's top
This is the
tower
A game,
under
I think.
attack. Dominating.
Oh, great kill on Magnus.
Yeah, I mean, let's have a quick look at that XP gold graph. Yeah, it's
Dire
still
has
going in the favor of
fortified
Liquid.
structures.
Even though it's 7-7,
Definitely not
the
out of hand.
certainly not out of hand.
Dire's top tower
but,
has fallen.
Yeah, who would you say has the late game here?
Dire's middle
I
tower
mean,
is under siege.
The answer to that question is Revenge, but it's a qualified answer because Revenge have the late game, but then Liquid have the late game. Because Ember Spirit late game is just ridiculously stupid.
Okay, so you're saying like after mid game, it'll be in favor of Revenge,
Yeah.
but if it gets
Yeah.
up to kind of silly standards, then we're gonna have.
Yes. I think up to 30 minutes, it's to Liquid.
Oh dear,
After that, it's to Revenge.
Masoku finished off very quickly mid, and I think Liquid are gonna push this.
That tower still have a lot of health, and Zeus and Mirana have already rotated in. They should be able to hold it, especially as Mirana has his invis rune. Can wait for a good arrow.
Lining up on a push
Dire's
mid.
Nature's Prophet TPing in as well.
Oh, but TP's in right next to Zeus. This is a messy fight, guys.
Mega kill.
Nature's Prophet's down.
Stun comes out.
I do love the fact that Sven's stun is global.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Not the casting range, but the
Radiant's
effective
top
range.
tower
Mhm,
is
right.
being attacked. Dire's bottom
Middle tower down to
is
300
under
health for the
siege.
Dire. But Doom pushing top.
Radiant's
And they-
Rubik rotating up.
under
Yeah, but Rubik isn't Nature's Prophet. Yep, and look, they managed to keep the.
Chains on Sven.
They pushed it quick enough and hard enough. Oh, Rubik gets
Ember Spirit's
doomed.
diving on Sven.
tower is under
There's the
attack.
AA ult.
Takes him out. So
Way
much
too
going on.
neatly avoids.
Tower is
Oh, very quick quelling blade to get out of that sprout from Nature's Prophet by Doom. And Mirana ult should allow him to just walk away. Oh!
Way
Both
too.
ults used to try to kill Rubik.
Oh, way too.
So close.
That was
Dire's
way
middle
too
tower has
close.
fallen.
Oh!
And I won the award for worst joke in the lobby.
It's true, you did. But yeah, we that's what casters do.
In case you didn't know, because we were so cool.
Well, you're the coolest. You won the damn thing.
I mean, you know. What can I say?
Yeah, it's an ironic statement on the state of lobbies. Bad jokes. Here we go, Sven and Mirana. You're way too exposed.
And the arrow lands. That was a very
Oh,
impressive
dear.
arrow from Mirana.
Oh dear.
Considering that the Sven stun curve, but now Sven should be dead. Yep. Mirana trying to TP out,
And makes
and
it.
Magnus can't find her.
But Sven for Rubik, I think that's in favor of Liquid. I mean,
Absolutely.
way too isn't way too far
Now
forward.
they're gonna push this bottom tier 1.
If he's just baiting out
You're gonna
over
keep going
aggression
with
by that.
joke, aren't you?
I am. Well, that it
Okay.
naturally is just what you have to say.
I see.
I would
Okay.
normally say that other players are way too far forward, and I'm not gonna stop saying that way too is way too far forward
see.
just because he's way too.
Okay. A lot of creeps still pushing. They're gonna force
Yeah.
TPs to this tier 2, I think.
Oh yeah, they are, and they got.
They're waiting for the arrow.
Radiant's middle tower is under siege.
Arrow coming in.
Oh, the Magnus
Tower is being attacked.
hiding in the
in
trees
trouble
wants
here.
to get out. There it is.
But now Magnus there counters on Mirana. Skewers her back away from Chin.
Pushing unusual
Misplay by
directions.
Boba there.
Oh, Fluff,
Trying to take
no!
up the Chin. Misplay by Boba. Should have skewered her away from her tower.
Yeah, I mean,
Not sure what the plan was there.
even if Chen couldn't have gone away
And
from the
Sven
Sven,
just casually throws out a ward as he's being chased by Magnus and a million creeps. Nature's Prophet TP's in. Chen tries to get away, but Searing Chains comes out, and it's too much.
I really think Koifer is doing a great job on microing his creeps as
And they're
well.
pinging out the ward. They saw Sven. Put down that ward. So
Do a
it should be
quick
dewarded
turn.
relatively soon. And they go straight into Roche with all the Chen creeps. And now Nature's Prophet, Treants
And here come the
coming in.
Treants, yeah.
And
And
AA ult flying in. It's gonna hit on everybody. Roshan still has a lot of way to go. Mirana's walking down.
they're
Liquid's gonna have to
backing
back
straight out. There's the
Arrow
arrow.
coming in. Gonna hit somebody. Oh, but it hits Magnus.
I think Magnus is like, what the hell, Ember Spirit? You moved out of the way and it
You
hit
guys are
me.
supposed to block that from me.
At least tell me if you're gonna.
Under siege.
You bastard. Oh, looks like Revenge want to come in and finish this Roche.
And I think they can do it.
I
With
think they
everyone
can.
coming down, Doom has his mech up.
It's very obvious, and here we go. We got Nature's
Get
Prophet
him under the
TPing in.
armor.
He's pinging, but yeah, they're
Here
gonna
he
get it.
goes. They're gonna see the Treant's gonna be here, but I don't think they can do anything in time. Sven just keeping the Nature's Prophet Treants out. Pops the mech. Zeus ult takes out Rubik.
Getting too close, bro.
Nature's Prophet Shadow Blades away.
That arrow, speculative, but it chased him off, and that's what it needed to do.
And gave him vision.
I'm just. Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. More than half of the Revenge kills have been on Rubik. Which, and I'm in no way having to go at way too here. He is level 7. He
That
is the
is a
lowest
very
level on the
fair
team. He is doing
Oh.
his job.
Doom on Ember Spirit.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna. Oh, but a beautiful,
Big stun.
beautiful stun.
Skewers everyone in. Shin-Ult comes out trying to keep himself alive. Pops the Aegis. Shin's in trouble. Zeus trying to take him down.
Oh, beautiful mech at the same time as
Not
Zeus
enough.
uses his ult. Now Doom is chasing.
Ember really wants. Doom really wants that Shin. Gets him, but now chained up. Should fall here very easily. Especially with Magnus looking on the other
Oh,
side.
and there he is.
And a wicked 6 streak for TC.
How's his farm going? So almost finished on the Battle Fury. He also, interestingly,
Radiant's
after that
bottom
Juggernaut
tower
game,
is
picked up
under
a drum first.
Which I actually don't think that's necessarily that bad here because they are 5-manning a lot.
That's
So
just
drums are a good choice.
you're a Liquid fanboy.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Nature's
being
Prophet pushing top.
I don't know if I've ever said. I honestly could not say I've said a single positive thing about Liquid in my whole. Not that I have anything against Liquid. In my whole Dota analyst career. But
I don't know
am
how that
American,
could
so I
not
guess it's
be.
a natural assumption.
I don't know how that could not be harsh. Not a single nice thing said about Liquid.
I don't say a lot of positive things about teams. I'm a critical caster. It's true. I said plenty of positive things about Liquid players.
Dire's middle tower is under
Okay.
siege.
Oh, and there's the arrow.
Spirit
It's
hit by the
big,
arrow.
and that's enough to
Bam.
finish.
I don't think that really needed that Zeus ult though. Zeus and AA ult's coming out for that. Now they're
Well,
both on cooldown.
They wanted to make sure they got the kill before he had any chance of getting out to a remnant, because that would just have been an instant. He's away,
But
and
I mean, the Zeus ult I think would have been enough to as the insurance there. Maybe see after he blinks away. You'd still be able to get
what
it
if he was
into the
thinking back to the
remnant.
fountain? I don't know. It might be tricky. Also, 1,000 gold
Bottom
for
tower
Zeus
is
who got the
under
kill.
siege. Dire's middle
Well,
tower
933, but huge. Huge beans.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Just having a quick look at the
Whoa,
items.
solo ult on Zeus.
Radiant's bottom tower has
He's
fallen.
gonna fall. A lot of damage coming out. Trying to TP away. And
He
will.
makes it.
Now Mirana here though, AA ult flying in, is gonna take out both if he hits. Just takes out the Rubik, another death on Rubik, Shin very low, Doom chasing him.
Here we go. It's getting
Drop
interesting.
tap and pop by Amber Spirit.
Bulba's down.
Trying to kill off this Mirana, but the Mirana ult popped and he'll be fine. Now TC very overexposed, lots of damage coming out. Tries to go away to the Remnant and he is, but Sven falls to the AoE damage. Arrow coming in, barely misses TC. There's no one here to back him up though, he needs to get out.
Double damage.
Doom is not
Double
low.
damage on
Tower is
TC.
under attack.
That's why he was being.
And an Invis.
That's why he was being bold. He's still got half the time left on the double damage. I think he's probably just going to be using that to jungle.
Now,
I mean,
what do
that-
you think about buying... Oh, sorry, go ahead, please continue.
I was just going to say that's what happens when when they don't have Ember Spirit in the fight.
Well said. Now, what do you think about buying both the swords before doing any work on the Perseverance here for this first Battle Fury?
I haven't been noticing him needing a hell of a lot of regen, to be honest. He's still getting great use out of his
Ooh,
bottle.
Dire Courier. Dire Courier. Oh, he misses the Courier! He wants AA, but AA is just going to TP out.
Bolas.
Oh, but he uses the chain.
Or Searing Chains. It's a Bolas, so I keep wanting to call it Bolas.
Could have had the Courier, though.
Could have. That was kind of sad.
Like, he went to the Remnant right as the Courier flew by. I'm sure
Yeah.
he saw it. He was like, oh, well, nah, never mind.
Gonna have a
Yeah,
quick little.
I mean, he's definitely known now. He's been using the bottle to regen well. I'm talking about, sorry, TC, going back to the Battle Fury discussion.
Yep.
But now it's definitely time he could use it. And plus, he doesn't really have room for both swords. Perseverance is a pretty good item
Yeah.
to build. Gives you lots for early in the game.
Personally, I think he could have sold the magic wand, or possibly even not bothered building it, given that he was going mid. I get it against his use, I know, but and Zeus is going to be spamming spells.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. I'd still build it against the Zeus.
okay, but would you have sold it? Would you? I might have just got the stick, knowing that I'd be building into a perseverance or something. I don't know. Chen denying the illusion rune bottom.
I think I would have just gone for the Perseverance instead of the Claymore.
Yep, I can see that.
Because now he has both swords and can't hold one and doesn't have a lot of regen need. Chin, very caught out here. I don't think he realized how many people are around him.
Very
Again,
quick
the
crush.
Zeus ult used very aggressively. Not really needed there. He should be saving that when he can.
And they're picking off the Chen creeps as well, which is just sad, really. It's unnecessary and it's cruel. Cruelty to animals.
It's the ASPCA or
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
we have in Britain.
RSPCA. We have royal
RSPCA,
societies.
thank you. Of course.
Our societies are royal.
Quick pause out from Doom. I'm sorry if you can hear me chewing, but my fiance made me cookies that are delicious and I can't not eat them.
Well, there aren't many foods I would allow you to eat on my cast, I have to admit, but cookies being the most extreme exception that I can think of. That's what happens when...
I was in the biggest natural disaster of the 20th century. I think I'm entitled to eat a couple cookies.
Right? 21st? He said, curiously. Yeah, here we go. AA and Sven. Jungle buddies.
Dire's
Buddies
top
again.
tower is being attacked.
You can't call it a dual lane because it's not a dual lane, so I think jungle buddies should become the official term.
Yeah, they're going to be jungle buddies.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Oh, here comes the AA ult. Not going to do
Dire's
much.
structures have been
Koifa manages to avoid the damage.
Goes out that bush. Can anyone get there to deny it? Zeus is running, but
Dire's
too
top
slow.
tower has been destroyed.
By the way, Zeus definitely has... Ooh, Mirana ult. Not really sure why. Well, it's
Not
not a
sure
long
either. Maybe
Actually,
they
never mind.
thought they had a chance on something there. Or they thought that there were more liquid players.
Zeus, by the way, definitely has my favorite running animation in the whole game. That stuff is hilarious. Oh, yep. It's just... you just feel like there should be sound effects.
Yeah.
But I will say I think both teams have been playing very well. Ooh, Doom out on Shin, gonna fall.
Oh,
Again.
beautiful
Ooh,
arrow.
Great arrow. AA ult flying in. Yeah, I guess just revision. My one criticism of Revenge is that lots of unnecessary ults coming out, and I think they could be. They're not able to push towers and do as much after they will get fights and pickoffs because their ults are down. If you're a little bit more careful with that, you can use those wins to get map control and do more. But
Move's being made mid.
Radiant's middle tower has been destroyed.
I think it's just going to be tower down and everybody pulling back. But that's only the second liquid tower that's gone down.
oh, that's actually a great point.
There's
I hadn't even really noticed how much map control they've established. They're up. Their gold lead staying steady right around 7,500. Experience again, actually quite close, staying steady less than 2,500.
Next item out on the Doom, by the way, was Mech and then Shiva's Guard. I remember you asking that question a while ago.
Doom, other than the mech, which of course is a big mana drain. So I could definitely understand the Shivas after the mech.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Boba
Radiant's
coming in
bottom
here,
tower is under
gonna find.
dear.
Trying to skewer, but oh, Mirana ult. Whoa, way too.
Way too far forward.
And the AA ult.
Oh, and dear, and
They
Chen.
want Sven.
Fluff.
Sven dusts, and he realizes how much trouble he's in.
Yeah, they really need to rely on this TC, who
I know.
admittedly
I don't
still,
care, Dire's middle
he's not
tower
even
has
really
been
online
destroyed.
in terms of team versus team combat is concerned. One Battle Fury lets him
Right.
that lets him jungle. Sleight of Fist will do some decent damage, but once he puts a crit on top of that, things will get scary.
And though I don't think it was a bad pickup here. Again, when you go for the drums, you have to use that to.
Oh
fight
dear,
it.
Fluff.
But I will say they did do the. Oh, you're right.
And you were right about the unnecessary ults. Doom now on cooldown for 100 seconds, close enough.
And it's costing them. They should be using that to take bottom tier 2, but they can't because all of their ults other than AA are down. All of their ults.
Just as a little kind of precursor to what's going to happen later in the match, in my opinion, Ember Spirit is currently empowered. Watch what he does to this creep wave. Okay, Rubik got in the way. Rubik ruined it. Damn it, way too. You were way too over here. You should be way more over there. But yeah, it's just going to get messy. Because of course, you know, most.
So,
Sorry.
now this is very interesting. Check out Ember Spirit's stash.
Hello.
What do you make of that, Grumble?
Scotty? What do you make out of that?
Kind of leaves you speechless.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree that Scotty is the what comes to mind as Koifa uses his Necro 3s to deward.
I can
Necro
almost guarantee
3s
in
are
2 minutes there'll be people in the chat telling us what it's going to be, and I'd really like to hear it.
I would really like to hear it too.
It won't be a Manta. I'm almost certain of that.
It has to be a Scotty. That's what I feel like it has to be Scotty.
I just need to. Right, it could be a Lincoln's. I don't think it is, but it could be.
Okay.
That was the other thing. It could be a
Could be a
Lincoln's.
Lincoln's.
That would stop the Doom, stop the Sven stun, stop Zeus sniping with his ult. But I'm surprised he's not going for more damage right now.
Dire's bottom tower.
If he gets the damage, he can farm up a Lincoln Sphere in 10 minutes flat.
Yeah. Again, as their really only hope for this late game, he's not really building that way. It kind of a little bit reminds me of the Juggernaut from last game. I mean, they did use their early game superiority to dominate the game a lot. I came to an early kill lead, took towers, so that was great. I mean, I understand that. But now is when he needs to say, okay, the mid games only has a little bit longer. It doesn't look like we're going to be taking.
I hope you're watching bot jungle.
Yeah, I am. Nature's Prophet is dead. And another unnecessary ult from Zeus. This is a little puppy from them. I don't mean for that to sound too harsh, but lots of unnecessary repeated unnecessary ults.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the Zeus one, I'm meh. It's bad because he's not the person you really want to be getting the kills, but meh, whatever. It's I don't think it's that great of an ult anyway.
That can
But
make
the
such a big
dooming,
Oh, I disagree.
but
Yeah,
okay,
dooming would be,
it's not good. It's not good
Yes.
Zeus play, but the dooming is huge. They're going in on fights.
I agree completely.
You know, they've got a Sven stun, they've got lockdown, they've got everything they need, and then doom. And I'm just not seeing
I could
it.
not agree more.
I'm just not seeing it.
I don't understand that decision.
Doom picking up a
Revenge knows
Hyperstone
better
now.
than this. At least I feel like they do.
The Hyperstone,
I mean,
which
I
and there's the AC.
Go ahead, sorry.
The whole AC. Sorry.
Yep. I mean, to some extent, Revenge may be thinking, okay, we want to go. Ooh, missed ult by Mag, or they can't. I think he canceled the animation, but there's some they're thinking, okay, we want to go late game. We're not really trying to push that hard right now, anyway. But again, theoretically at least, Ember Spirit should be punishing them. Okay, and it is a Lincoln Sphere from Ember Spirit. He has the recipe in his stash.
Interestingly, Chen rocking around with two of the big red birds, so he can effectively farm. I don't think he's got the time, and I don't think this is what he's trying to do, but he could farm 3 camps at once very easily using their tornadoes, and with him taking the 3rd camp.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So, Liquid way ahead in terms of towers.
Great. Sorry, yes, good.
I was just going to say, Liquid way ahead in terms of towers, but Revenge have got a tier 2 down.
Yep. I mean, Lincoln's is great on Ember Spirit. Definitely gets the target of a lot of lockdown and very squishy if he can be locked down. So I don't have any problem with the Lincoln Sphere as an item. But before a second Battle Fury, I mean, Lincoln Sphere is definitely an item that you want to get up early, like Radiance. You know, you want it to have an effect for defensive items are always best to pick up early in the game because they don't run out of charges and they give you bonuses all throughout everything. But I just worry that he's not going to farm fast enough. I don't know.
Yeah, I find it very strange. I also kind of disagree with the second Battle Fury. I think it should have been a crit stick and then Lincoln's, but
I wouldn't have minded Mjolnir either.
yeah, Mjolnir could have worked. Mjolnir could have worked. I mean, it's a counter to the Doom, and I think if the Doom had been playing really well and doing the Ember Spirit in every fight, then maybe it should have been rushed. But yeah, this just seems a little off to me.
Let me put it this way. So let's count the number of as a big fight here middle. Doom in a lot of trouble. Hand of God used. Doom falls.
862 damage.
So 5 heroes there take out Doom, and they needed them all, but good kill.
Fluff also carrying a gem, so Mirana ult going to be a lot less effective.
Absolutely. Although he needs to. They're going to go straight into Roche, and I think Revenge knows it, but I don't think there's anything they can do about it. Absolutely
nothing. Sven could go in, he'd just get murdered, and the rest of them, even Squish.
Ult is down for another minute, so their initiation damage is. They're just going to chill by this middle lane. They know what's coming. Sitting an AA ult down there. Just going to land on creeps though.
And it's Ember Spirit with the Aegis of the Immortal. Doom down for another 20 seconds. I'm surprised Liquid aren't trying to push down that last tier 2 tower just for the quick gold.
Working on another Battle Fury.
Oh no.
Claymore in his stash.
Here we go.
Crazy jukes from Ember Spirit. Stun lands on and they need that gem here.
Shen's not with him. Magnus goes down. Way 2 goes down.
TC, too much damage.
Here comes Koifa.
So should be able to walk away right now. But now Boba.
And yep.
Strats himself. AO falls. Hits Koifa.
There we go. TC's been doomed.
They're trying to kill Ancient Apparition with these with all these creeps, but he's just running. And Chen takes him back.
Recall.
Now Chen's gonna fall, and that's gonna be the gem.
Oh, but Chen manages to finish off the AA. Oh, and he's gonna try for the jukes, and he's gonna try for the Centaur stun for the stomp. Oh no, he does die, and brought the gem with him as well.
That's a big death. too aggressive from the Jhin. He needed to know that he is a gem carrier and he cannot get himself into those situations.
Bot tower is now deniable. Please notice.
And now Mjolnir has been picked up by Mirana. We haven't talked a lot about Mirana here, but she's had the Yasha, her own drums, Aquila, and Mjolnir. She's starting to become a threat in these team fights.
Oh yeah, it's her damage, which is just cutting her damage and mobility, I should say, which is just cutting through the liquid supports. But I mean, really sad that this tower hasn't been denied. Really sad.
I think Mirana's on the way to do that now.
Okay, well.
Nope. Nope. Just walked right past
it.
Okay, Grumble, let's talk.
Okay.
Clearly, how many blinks do they have? I just saw like 3. Okay, there's 1, 2. Does Sven have a blink as well? Yeah. Sven, Doom, and Zeus all blinked at the same time, and I thought my map was bugging or something. Sorry. So clearly, something is going on here because you and I, the pubbers, the noobs that we are, or at least I am. Speak for yourself, David. Put so much emphasis on denying towers. Like we say, guys, tower's deniable. Gotta deny that tower. When it doesn't happen, we say, oh, such a new play. But this is we've seen probably 5 or 6 instances in pro games where they just don't seem to notice or really care that much that a tower is deniable. Are we missing something?
My explanation for it is if you're a pro gamer, your map generally isn't centered over your hero. From 90% of the time, it's somewhere else. You're watching other lanes. You're somewhere else. You can actually control most of the movement of your hero on the mini map, no problem at all. You only need to actually look at him to last hit, and for team fights. That's the only explanation I can think of. And I'm sure that it is better to
and they destroy it,
to have that mini map awareness and to get denies. But I still think it should be obvious. It should be obvious when there's been a big push like that you should check. And when you've got 5 people on the team and any one of them could check, and any one of them could say, alright, Mirana, you're close, go deny that tower. That's what I find weird. I don't think it's too hard.
More skill than I get that it was, I mean, to some extent I understand it was a tier 2 and you want map vision and map control for as long as you can. These are fair, valid points, but someone more skilled than I, please talk in the Twitch chat and explain why Mirana should not have denied that tower.
Oh no. She should have denied that tower. The only possible reason for not denying it deliberately would have been to set up a bait, and that clearly wasn't what they were doing. They left that whole area pretty much immediately. It was definitely a mistake, 100%. But it's the downside of having greater map awareness and actually. You know, scoping out your opponent's items and doing all kinds of things that you can't do while watching yourself that closely. I mean, I only noticed it because I was looking straight at it, and Zeus ult there was nobody was low.
Was that a Zeus ult?
That was a Zeus ult.
It was.
I think it was just a scout.
Yeah.
Just
a lot of respect from the Zeus ult here from Revenge.
Little scouty Zeus ult. He does have his Ags up. That doesn't reduce the cooldown. Nope. Which,
if you're just gonna use Zeus ult to scout, then Ags may not be the best choice.
I'm also wondering whether if Chen picks up Ags, he'll have a 30-second cooldown heal, global heal, and that will just neuter Zeus for anything other than finishing off people, you know, right at the very end. Got a pause coming out for Sven. Large pauses. I'm going to take the opportunity to have a quick little peek into the Twitch chat. Oh no, nothing new. Oh dear, we're losing casters. They're dropping out. That's from the Dota Austrian network, I think. So obviously not playing on their most favourable servers. Not casting on their most favourable servers, I should say.
Well, I do want to say they said they're new to the scene, and we're so happy to have the Austrian streamers. We want to welcome to the community, and I'm sure we'll see them around more.
That's true. Blink there from Sven. Wants to get close to someone, but the Liquid team are backing off. They know it's overexposed.
They saw Magnus with this ward over here a while ago, but he's just in the jungle. But doesn't have a TP, but Should be able to just blink out when it's convenient.
XP graph has recently been actually going in favor of Revenge, although
This is their
Liquid's
time to
still
shine.
miles
Which-
ahead in terms of gold.
Ember Spirit, I estimated Ember Spirit coming online at around 50 minutes, 50 minutes. Maybe a little bit earlier than that, as he does have both Battle Furies up. So really just needs the Crystalist to become a real threat. So
Yeah.
maybe at the 40-minute mark.
But I mean, the other thing is with the amount of blinks that they've got on Revenge, they
Another
never need to
Zul,
group. They
just
never
a
need to
scout.
group up.
Although now they have been able to find Magnus and Rubik. Magnus, the Rubik tried, he'd be out, but should still fall. Yeah. See, that result made sense.
Indeedy. Roshan
Yeah,
up fairly soon.
Somebody just pinged this ward right here. I'm not sure if it was Liquid saying, guys, I clearly have a ward there, or Revenge saying, guys, I'm so glad we have this ward right here.
One or the other. DD Rune gonna get
That
picked up
ward
on Doom.
Oh
no, he's just gonna ping it.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Just have a quick look at that gold graph. Yeah. Oh, of course, that last one won't have updated on there yet, but they really do.
What now? What? 30 minutes where Liquid has just not been able to extend this gold lead. And I mean, 7,500 gold lead, 40 minutes in, frankly, is just not that big of a deal.
Yep, here they go. They're going on Koifa.
Nature's Prophet caught out.
Sven's popped his ult. Very premature, I think.
Magnus blinked in.
Oh, there it is!
Bam.
And that's the
Koifa
punishment.
end up with those kills?
Must have been his ult.
Immediate smoke up by Liquid.
Must have been his ult that finished them off.
I don't think he used it. It's cooldown.
Huh.
They smoked up but are pushing this wave, so Revenge should know this is
Necrobooks,
coming,
maybe?
but Joom's still jungling. Yeah, maybe the Necros, that's a good point.
I mean, I'm not convinced that it was, but it could have been. It could have been. And here we go now. Liquid looking for the push on the tier 3. And this is where I said that their lineup is really going to give them a huge advantage, with where they've got to do these actual area-based
Dire
pushes.
has fortified its structures.
They're not giving an opportunity to Ember Spirit to get off Sleight of Fist,
Was
though.
premeditated.
And then, is that another gem that fell? What, carried by Rubik there? No, I'm sorry. I thought it was a gem. Sound a green blue thing on the ground.
Bulba going to get scoped out by that ult. Thinks it means he's going to die. It actually doesn't, given that there's nobody nearby, but meh. Safer to run away. I would agree with that. Plus, Ember Spirit can now head up here and farm.
Dire's middle tower is under siege.
Right, I mean, how long... Okay, I was about to say how long is it going to take to finish his first crit stick. He's finished it. If that is what he's going to pick up, he's got the gold for it.
The Crystalist or the Daedalus?
The Chrysalis.
Okay.
The level
Picking
1
up a
crit stick.
Scotty. What do you think about the Scotty I'm running here?
I think it's fairly good. I mean, she needs a mana, she needs a health, and that slow is going to be
I'll,
really, really useful.
I'll preface by saying instead of finishing off the Manta, still has just a naked Yasha in her inventory.
Well, I mean, don't you normally see the Mirana pick up on... sorry, the Manta pick up on Mirana for use to make sure she can get her Deso strikes off, and she hasn't gone Deso either.
Fair enough.
I'm not sure. I mean, Manta now that'll be interesting because illusions never do that significant damage in a close game like this. If you can get off things like mana drain or you know, anything really, but just some kind of thing. So I think with Skadi we'll see Manta next. Nature's though picking up a Vice. I think that's going to be quite a significant pickup.
Who do you think is the number one hex target for the Nature's Prophet here?
If Doom hasn't gone off and they've got a chance to kill him before he can use it, then Doom. If you know what I mean. If the ability hasn't gone off.
Right.
And they can manage to do it before that. Behind that, I would probably have to say Sven. I mean, it does kind of depend on the nature of the fight. If it's a gank, then it might be a little bit different. You might want to stick out the more nukies use. But I think in most team fights,
Right.
Sven will be scaling from this point, whereas Zeus is going to be falling off. Mirana possibly.
Take us.
Yeah, and by the way, just a quick note: Desolator does not actually apply to illusions.
Oh, it doesn't. Right. Okay. Yes, that's right.
So
It just
that's not why Mirana usually picks up Manta, but still a fair point.
the animation shows just so that it can't be easily spotted which one's real. Yep, of course.
Zeus again using his ult to scout.
I think that was a valid use. They were about to get into the Radiant jungle. They wanted to know where to go to get a kill. It was just unfortunate there was no one there.
That is perhaps understandable. I'd agree with you there. But they're going to turn straight into Roche.
Which is risky. Highly mobile Liquid
Choose
team.
not to.
I think that's a good
Finn
call.
wanted to, but I think his team said nope.
Koifa being very aggressive in farming the Revenge jungle.
Now, Sven here has picked up. Ooh, whoa, way too very aggressive on that ward placement. But Sven here has picked up the Vladimir's offering, not a traditional item on Sven. How do you feel about the Vlads? 42 minutes in for the Sven.
Well, I mean, 42 minutes in obviously isn't where you want it. The lifesteal, though, being a scaling ability, it means it's not totally crazy. I'm not used to support Sven, but I would have said, yeah,
Sure.
if you're going to get a Vlad's, get it early. But I mean, looking at his item progression,
I don't know. I don't actually know when he picked that up. I should be careful about that. I'm sure it was not 42 minutes in, but he hasn't been very long.
I know he got the he rushed the 2 braces first, which I guess makes sense.
Sure.
Now, here's the thing: a Roche fight, I think, cannot help but go in favor of Liquid, because that is finally a situation where Ember Spirit can actually get off an effective Sleight of Fist.
I think they wanted to go into Roche, but there are chin creeps right there in it, and they're gonna see. Oh,
They're going for it anyway.
Misplay from Revenge.
Well, we'll
they are
see.
taking it down very quickly.
We'll see.
Oh, that pause.
There is actually a DC. There is actually a DC. Way 2 has disconnected.
Okay. Quite a time to pause.
Yeah, that's not good. But I mean, I don't know how long.
With Liquid smoked up outside the pit, but they use the Zeus ult, so they know where they are.
Dum 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 dum.
So, Grumble, now that we're basically alone in the game, nothing really happening. What's your favorite color?
No. We can do game related stuff, although it's purple,
Okay.
which is my secret reason for rooting for Ember Spirit in this game.
Okay, slightly more game related. I don't know if we mentioned this, but check out the Sven set.
Oh, I'm always happy to check out a set. Although I'll give you something to think about in the meantime. What the hell is Sven?
Okay.
What is Ember Spirit's next item, given his current gold?
We should pay attention to this fight. This is going to be kind of a big deal. Ancient Apparition ult does hit on Ember Spirit. Roshan falls. Aegis picked up by Doom. Bulbas jumps in, but it's Doom before he can ult. Magnus falls.
There's a gem
Rubik
lying on the
blinks
ground.
away, but Chen is in a lot of trouble. Tries to mech, tries to heal. Nets himself? Oh, netted by Doom with the stolen ability. Zeus very low. Nature's Prophet up here on the top lane trying to split push, but is forced back.
Well, gets that tier 3 down. That could be
2
more
kills
significant.
Roshan and an Aegis. Oh, did he get the tier 3?
He's got the tier 3 down, yeah. There's
So
also
2 kills
still a
Roshan
gem.
and an Aegis for a tier 3. And Ron is paying out the gem.
I mean, it's tricky. It's tricky. I mean, I think it seems like Liquid are kind of trying to rely on the standard kind of Ember Spirit, new in
Liquid's
captain's
found
mode.
Mirana in the jungle here. Sven's here, gonna try to go for the stun. Maybe arrow misses.
Oh, so much damage! A kill here would be
Save the
awful.
stun. What popped the Lincoln Sphere?
I think
but
that.
an Ancient Apparition, Nature's Prophet is here. Finds the Mirana, taking out very quickly. Sprout on the spin, lots of damage got here. Zeus walking down the lane. Ancient Apparition behind him, but not gonna be able to get the return kill. Zeus blinks away. Rubik trying to find. Oh, Rubik stole arrow and just barely misses Mystico on that Ancient Apparition.
Wow, these games.
Doom now walking down his mid lane. Zeus ult used.
Whoa.
Sorry. Doom walks in, gets shields on a lot of heroes. Lifted by Rubik.
That stolen arrow on him as well.
Zeus ult used.
Rubik, take him back to base. Oh, Nature's Prophet so low, and Doom
Nature's
coming
Prophet
right
so
in looking for a
low.
kill. Marana arrow misses.
Channel used Doom silenced by the I believe the Orchid from Nature's Prophet. But this should be a tier 2 down for Revenge.
This game is so tense. I think Revenge are doing a great job in responding to the Ember Spirit play. They're not letting him get situations which allow him to just dominate games by, you know, one-hit killing an entire team.
Set up and get the perfect situation, he's just unbeatable. So you have to take the fight to him in positions where he can't do that.
Yeah.
Or you don't have a chance. I agree completely.
I think they were incredibly close to the wire when they came to that Rosh fight. If they'd taken 5 seconds longer to do it, Liquid would have been in a position to actually initiate on them in the Rosh pit, and that would have been horrific. The amount of damage we would see going down there. But Doom going the right choice actually. Now that I think about it, with the items he's been getting, just picked up a Radiance, but other than that, just going for hard tank. Very hard tank.
Mech? Did he sell the mech?
He sold the mech. Forget mech. I mean, what else would you sell to buy your Radiance?
Now, I think I know the answer. Oh, I'm not saying I disagree. Well, I think I know the answer. But after this Agents is gone, what do you think that last item is going to be for Doom?
Let me have a quick look. I mean, BKB wouldn't be the most ridiculous pickup here. They don't have a massive number of stuns, and a damage item might be useful, but BKB could be useful too. What's your thought?
I would say Heart. I would definitely say Heart. Once you picked up that Radiance,
yep.
You are obliged. I mean, the BKB would be great, but the only real things to worry about there are the Magnus. Oh, there's Rubik Lift and there's a Chen Nuke, but
and the Magnus ult will still stun.
That much magic damage, right? Exactly, and they're really relying on the physical damage from Sleight of Fist. Although, you know what's interesting? Now that we talk about it, has there been a single BKB built this game?
Radiant's
nope.
Tower is under
no, there has not.
You're really losing.
How rare is that, frankly?
I think that's quite unusual. AA has disconnected.
Disconnect from AA. They need to pause. Yep.
There it is.
Clearly some technical issues for both teams. Now that's I wish Yapple or Lua was here to run the stats for us, because that's a very interesting question. I bet you Ninja's already been talking about this. How often do we see games with no BKBs built?
Oh, nice call out here from Crydy on the Twitch chat. Recently we were asking what on earth had popped the Lincolns. It was a Maelstrom. It was a
Maelstrom pops Lincolns?
Apparently so, yeah. I also just quickly want to give
the Maelstrom active or the Maelstrom passive?
Hopefully Crydy will tell us. And also I have to give a shout out to Crydy for having the best name in the world. I read Feist as well, mate. Love it.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I know you don't. I know you don't.
Is it a British thing that?
No, he's actually an American author. It's the name of a town in a fantasy series. It's a fantasy series that they should have made into a TV series instead of making Game of Thrones. It's much older and much better.
Oh, shots fired from Grumble Duke.
No, I like Game of Thrones. I like Game of Thrones.
They're gonna come for you now. They're gonna come for you.
They made Game of Thrones into a TV series because it's a good fantasy series and it has naked ladies. That's the reason.
They're gonna come for you, Grumble Duke.
They might come for me. They might come for me.
I am not associated with this. Please do not direct all of this at Grumble Duke. I just work here. Thank you.
Right.
Tower is under attack.
So the new word is the entire Wave organization hates Game of Thrones. You happy with that, davidy?
Please.
No.
Just as we start to get off the ground, Toby Wan knows about us, and now we hate Game of Thrones.
Yeah. No, I don't actually hate Game of Thrones. It's an amazing it's an amazing series. The books are better than the TV show, of course. But anyway, we're playing Dota, so I'm sure there's a bunch of people who hate Game of Thrones who are actually genuinely quite annoyed at us right now. So let's consider their feelings. Any hint on that last item on Doom yet? Nope, he's still got that Aegis to pop. Mihawk also carrying cheese.
We gold in the bank for whatever he wants.
Yeah. AA and Zeus both carrying ults as well, so that is ridiculous global magic nuke that they can throw out anywhere on the map, anytime. Last hits denies. Nature's Prophet 570 last hits. Doom second on 322.
Now, on check out relevant to our recent item discussions. Check out Ember Spirit stash.
It's an ogre club. Is it a BKB? I mean, the more I thought about it, the more I'm thinking your heart idea might actually be would probably be better.
For Doom, for Ember Spirit though, I don't know. Honestly,
I suppose BKB Remnant. BKB Remnant is an escape, just like BKB TP or BKB or Rage TP or something. And I mean, they really can't afford him to die. I can see that. If he dies,
that's true.
That's game.
But before he Shin sends Magnus back.
Do you want the rationale for that? I think they're trying for a trick which is similar to the fountain hooks we saw in TI3, which is if Magnus is moved during a charge, he will move to wherever he's being moved to and bring everyone with him.
Whoa! Big initiation in there from Revenge.
Oh, and
takes out the Ember Spirit.
Boba almost manages to get safely.
But Magnus and Shin fall as well. Great initiation.
I think Liquid might be looking down the barrel here.
Very effectively. Absolutely. You get your wish.
Yeah, well, one of my wishes. But yeah, you can do the same trick with X marks the spot on Kunkka.
Over here in the jungle and. But so you're saying he can use skewer to you can fountain skewer is what you're telling me?
Yes. So if you put X marks the spot on Magnus, he goes over somewhere, skewers a bunch of people, and then during the skewer you hit X again to bring him to wherever it was. He'll pull him back. It's one of the reasons you see X marks the spot.
MPC dead.
In fact, I'm going to stop talking about that. They tried it once, it's over, it's not relevant to this game anymore. Big pushes coming on here from Revenge.
Doom backdooring this tower. Blinks in with the stun. Magnus is there. Sven falls. Zen's around. Zeus is around. Does not have his ult though.
But there's Doom.
And Doom falls underneath the tower. Mirana desperately trying to bring down this tier 3, but so much damage coming out now.
Well, I mean, the tier 3 is down. But Liquid have 2 tier 3s down.
Without Ember Spirit. But Ember Spirit down for another 80 seconds. Cannot buy back.
Yeah, they're...
Mirana will use so they can try to finish off this Rax, and I don't know what Liquid's going to do about it.
I think they've got to let the Rax go, to be honest. There's nothing they can do.
Oh, just a melee.
Radiant's top barracks is under attack.
I think they could have been a little bit cheekier there, especially since RP had already gone off. Oh no, it's... I'm wrong. It hadn't gone off.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
Refresher
Magnus,
orb being built on Magnus.
Let's say refresher orb, yeah. Very close to it.
That'll be a significant item, I think.
So
very significant.
So, with Ember Spirit back alive now, the problem is he can't finish off that Chrysalis, and this is where I think that Ogre Club pickup and not finishing off the data list when he could, now having an Ogre Club that he can't exactly, well, I guess he has sold and hold it, but 2 half-finished items, so I think the data list might have been a better choice.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you there. I'm still not even entirely sold on the BKB.
18 apparition ult hits Nature's Prophet, but he should be okay.
Rosh is up. I just mean, at least in theory, it might be very difficult to do in practice, but at least in theory, Lincoln's plus Fire Remnant should be enough. Because unless they land 2 stuns on you at exactly the same time, your Lincolns will pop and you can get out.
I completely agree with you. I will say, however, an important thing to note is that Mirana Arrow is not blocked by Lincolns. Common misconception.
Okay, that is a very good point, but Mirana Arrow is the one he doesn't really need to worry about as much, given that it really needs a good setup stun.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
And Liquid,
another Roche right here.
Liquid don't want to take Roche.
Both teams.
They don't want to take Roche, they want to take the other team. Yep. They are not interested in going in there first and getting the Roche.
Yep. And they see the Chin creeps go in.
Yep, Dire have the a sentry ward up there.
By Rubik. Zeus ult used.
So is Chen's. Oh, but here we go with the blink initiations coming from Revenge.
Very much caught out. Davidy is there, does get off an ult, but very low, can't really follow up on it. Ember Spirit trying to do what he can, but falls. And this is going to be Roche. Chen falls as well. Chasing down this Rubik.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a
He has
GG
another
call.
stun, but... Well,
Actually, no, I
think
would be
they're gonna hold
surprised.
out.
I would be very surprised, actually.
gonna
But
finish
it's
off
getting to that
Roche.
stage.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure. I think Liquid may be out for the count here.
Are they even going to
Not
finish off
interested
Roche?
in
They're
Roche,
not.
though.
No, they're going to use
Oh,
these
that's
70 seconds
ballsy.
they have to either force
That's
buyback.
ballsy.
I mean, they can force buyback on Nature's Prophet.
Ember Spirit cannot buy bat out. I guess they could force buyback and still go back to the Roche.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They'll force
Honestly,
that.
Listen, Nature's Prophet does buy back. What is he gonna do? He's not exactly Mr. Counterpush.
It's true, and they can take mid and then finish off top easily.
Radiant's middle
Possibly
tower-
even bot as well.
This may be game.
Radiant's middle barracks is being attacked.
Yeah, Doom just jumping straight down to
Go straight to
the
bottom.
last tier 3.
And they're just gonna send the Mirana ults to try to do some work to that last barracks.
Well, it's ranged.
Fortify used,
It's ranged.
Radiant's bottom
but still whittling it down slowly.
It's ranged. It won't regenerate. Any damage those illusions do.
Radiant's bottom
Very
tower
significant.
has been destroyed.
A
Oh!
lot of blinks and counter blinks there, but another ranger can fall. This should be game.
Well, I really think Liquid are trying to do that the fountain skewer trick. I think they've tried it numerous times, and I don't know whether it's recently been taken out of the game, or it's just not
So
just
Mega
not
Creeps
happening.
for revenge, but no GG call for Liquid.
I mean,
Do they
I think
they can do this. I mean, Ember Spirit is great for dealing with Mega Creeps, but
that's what I was going to say. Ember Spirit's one of those heroes that potentially could. If in fact he just needs to defend, Nature's Prophet might be able to get a backdoor and equalize this up a bit. Game's not over,
he's gonna
but
need
game
a
is hard.
A lane to be pushed out.
Oh, Shen's down,
Yeah.
and now they're actually fountain camping Liquid. There's Magnus.
On Magnus. And I like that decision. With Ember Spirit having all the Lincoln Sphere and everything, just accept that you may not get the Doom off on him and use it on Magnus so they can't control you in the fights.
Yeah,
And look
Koifa.
like they're gonna take this to the end.
Koifa goes
They
down.
really did
Oh,
not
but the
lose winning
entire
streak.
Revenge team looking really low. Ember Spirit ready to come out here.
This is your moment.
Oh, not enough of them together for Sleight of Fist. If they'd stayed grouped up there, that would have been the entire Revenge team dead, and
Radiant's middle tower.
One tier 4 down.
an opening for a push.
All low.
Radiant's middle tower
All very low. They're on creeps.
But now they're going to
Bloody
group
Fist
up.
Here.
is being attacked.
Oh, there we go. Sven's
Down.
down.
Out the Sven, but not enough.
But that was very GG, and Liquid's first loss in the joinDota League. Wow. That's all I have to
Well,
say.
indeed.
Just
Good
wow.
game.
Excellent
Good
play
game
by
both teams.
Revenge.
Liquid, I don't think had any shame in that loss.
Revenge got their revenge. Way too was way too exposed.
Oh boy, he's on a roll tonight, gentlemen.
Nah, well, it's those two. I'm just reusing them. Nature's Prophet picked up a BKB at the end there, just as a final interesting point. We were asking about BKBs.
Just to prevent it from being statable.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we'll be embarrassed if we don't have at least one BKB. It's never gonna work.
And yeah, thanks very much, Davidy. Hope you've had fun.
I'm glad to be here. Great cast.
Let me just have a quick check on my timetable, see when the next cast is going to be. I think it's in about... Oh boy, it's in about half an hour. E-Hug against WWD. That game went on longer than expected. I'm not going to get to eat tonight, and I hope everybody tunes in for that in half an hour.